Oh my God.
Here she is. What's going on?
What's up, big homie?
Nice to meet you. Oh, big homie. I like that. She knows how to talk to a real gangster. All right.
Period.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed, you know.
I just can't believe it's our first time meeting.
I know. It's overdue.
It is, huh?
But you know, it's the right timing.
I
Perfect
know.
subject.
When you went viral recently, I was like, why did I never interview her? That's crazy.
Well, politics.
What politics?
All of these people involved, you know, you probably didn't want to step on no toes, but I know.
At first, it was like, oh, she broke Crip Mac's heart. And then it's like, oh, okay, she deceived Snoopy Badass / broke his heart.
I'm just breaking hearts. Everybody hearts.
A lot of hearts. I might be next on the chopping block. Who knows?
But you know what? Maybe you better watch out.
You don't know.
But you know what? In a good way. You know, you got to be more tough. You need tough skin.
Me?
Everybody. You can't be getting your heart broke out here.
That's true. Well, I kind of feel like the 22sters got the toughest skin.
Clearly.
I don't know. But what's it been like over the last couple of weeks? We got to go through your whole story, but what's it been like going viral for something so crazy?
Crazy, right?
Orgy that you didn't even participate in, allegedly.
Thank you. Yeah, allegedly. It's been unexpected because I talked about it in the interview, didn't know that it was going to come out.
Right.
So it's just another one of my crazy stories. I have a lot of them. You know, if you know, you know.
Did you kind of feel like Mark was falling in love with you during that?
I mean, why wouldn't he? Nah.
I don't
in
know.
a good way.
I can't tell if Mark is like a horny interviewer or just like a really good guy interviewer.
He's a really good guy, but he probably gets horny too.
Sometimes it feels like
Sometimes,
that. Yeah.
Depending on the questions. Like if he compliments me, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm turning him on.
And I know it's a thing because we did an interview and then I put up a clip and it was titled something like Mark from Software Underbelly talks about having feelings or dating or doing something sexual with like the women he interviews or something. And he hit me up right away, like not feeling the clip.
Oh.
The title more so. I'm sure he was fine with whatever he said, but like the clip made it sound a little weird.
Yeah, like rubbed him the wrong way. Like, no, I want to be respected for what I do.
Right, but I already know it's going to go viral, and I know that the idea of Mark having feelings for his guests, falling in love with a crackhead, whatever, not you, but like, you know, other people. I knew that was like a good
people
clip.
People don't like that stigma. They don't like.
Right, because it's weird to be the guy with all the power and you're interviewing all these J-Cats, and then sometimes you fall in love with them, which I can imagine. But he seems like he has such a big heart that he could fall in love with a J-Cat.
Exactly, and you know it happens. You fall in love with J-Cats sometimes.
You've been there for sure.
No shade, you know, but it's like you fall in love with who you fall in love with, depending on what you're going through at that time, and shit happens.
Yeah, no,
love will make you do crazy things.
That is a fact. So where are you at right now? You got a baby growing inside you?
Yes, I'm 5 months. Oh my God, 5.
And that's a Hoover baby too, I heard.
Oh, who told you that?
Oh, word around town, you know?
They talking like that?
I'm tapped in with all the
That's
politics.
none of y'all business, but he is somebody though.
He is?
Yeah.
I don't even know who it is. It's like a guy? It's a figure?
My man.
Oh, he's your man.
Mm.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, I'll be extra respectful. All right. Interesting. All right, let's start at the beginning so we can actually make sense of this whole story. You're from where exactly?
From LA.
The whole LA. You always just been bouncing around?
Well, no, you know, blood territory, West Adams, Biddy to the J's type of thing.
Okay.
But I've lived other places, Crip neighborhoods, the Hundreds, bounced around just in LA period. The West Side.
You never got put on?
No.
Never even thought about it?
They thought about it, but I said no.
Why? You were too cute?
I think that too.
Is that part of it?
And you know what? I feel like I like to just do my own thing so much. I'm like, so wait a minute, you guys got rules and shit? Like, y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that? I can't do it.
Right.
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Because you're a setup chick, right?
No.
Oh.
And they made me...
Because that would severely limit you if you're only allowed to fuck with like one group of people, right?
But if I was a setup chick, they would love me anyway. But anyways, you know.
No.
Yeah, they would.
You can't love a setup chick.
They do.
She will be the end of you.
Yeah, that too. I'm not a setup chick.
Okay.
They tried to put up little clips that I was, you know, from my Software Underbelly, but I was talking about my life. Like, oh yeah, I used to steal. Everybody used to steal from like TJ Maxx and little shit like that. CVS, lip gloss.
That's like step one of becoming a street individual.
I used to steal my pictures when you had like
Burlington Coat Factory.
Exactly.
Boom.
walk out with a jacket.
Yeah,
and
for sure, that was my original sin.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I used to be taking a lot of stuff from the mall.
Oh, so you're a thief too?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's been such a long time, I can't even remember what it would feel like.
Right. And then they'll just let you walk out because what?
No, I would just have to be sneaky.
Okay.
They would be on my ass. I got arrested when I was like 13 for stealing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You been a nigga.
Took a couple years off. Then I got back into graffiti, and it's like you can't even do graffiti unless you're stealing spray paint because it's too expensive.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were running around there, and then at what? Okay, so like what kind of kid are you throughout high school? Let's say.
Throughout high school, I get good grades, but I'm still sneaky. You know, I did run away when I was 15, but it was just because I lost my virginity. So I was like wanting to be grown. And
so you lost your virginity and immediately decided that you needed to glow up?
Yeah.
Who'd you lose it to?
Oh, my first love. He was from Carson.
Uh-huh.
And I was a LA girl, but I met him. He was from Carson. I liked that it was different. And I just fell head over heels. He was Puerto Rican and black. And he was on the football team at his school. And he went with these two twins. And you know how girls are. Like, they love to date you when you're dating, like, a cute girl. So I'm like, oh, like, these twins look like T and Tamara. They're cute. As soon as he broke up with her, I was like...
You're kind of over it.
I was kind of on him, but I was, like, trying to be noticed a little bit. And he noticed me, and and we just start, hitting it off. And I lost my virginity in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the situation? How much time did you find yourself available with at that time?
In the locker room to do it?
Normally it's kind of a tight squeeze, right?
Yeah, but it was after school practice, so 15, 20 minutes, we couldn't get the shit in. So I'm like, I have to go to your house.
15, 20 minutes in the locker room?
And couldn't get it in, though.
Jesus Christ.
It was too tight, so I was like, okay, let's go to your house. Now I have to go to the house now. So he lived with his grandma. He was sneaking me in there. Next
so this
thing
is
you
an
know,
all-day mission.
Yeah.
We're not. It doesn't work in the locker room. We got to go to the crib. We got to get some Astroglide.
Okay, if not your friend's house, wherever, the park. But yeah, we was doing it everywhere.
Really? After that, you just kept going?
Kept going, but he was the only one, that I was with. I wasn't like whoring around. Then he went to fucking Sylmar. He ended up catching juvenile life.
What?
So, you catch that time from our age to like 25 or something.
You're basically dead.
I was hurt.
You try to hold him down?
Tried to, but he barely could call me. He would call his grandma, and he was a minor and all of that shit or whatever. I'm like, you're not calling me enough. Sorry.
Oh, wow. So
I gotta go.
What were your parents like, though?
They were cool. My mom, she had a husband. He was my stepdad. My real dad was always in prison. They were pretty cool together. My mom was always strict, but it was always, she got married to him very early in the relationship. So I was kind of like, oh, great. She done married him. Like, no time for me. Okay. And as a young girl, I kind of felt like a little neglected. Like, Mom, I want to talk. You're always stressed out about your husband. If he don't come home, I'm on punishment. So I kind of was like in my room, writing songs. I hate my mom. I can't wait to get older.
That was the kind of
planning my runaway. Yeah.
Hey guys, just a quick word from our sponsor. I want to send a huge shout out to I Wanna Gummies. I just got my experience box right here from I Wanna Gummies, and these are honestly amazing. They've been going viral for their $25 trial kits and their full-sized experience boxes. Whether you want to wake up, focus, relax, or sleep, these guys have got you covered. Use code NOJUMPER, one word, for a massive discount at checkout and enjoy. That's iwannagummies.com. IWANNA gummies.com. So, all right, this boyfriend things don't work out. Where do you go from there?
From there, I kind of was like fucking up, like over and over. I ended up at my auntie's house. I ended up at my grandma's house. And I finally was like, okay, I need to get my shit together. Let me graduate. Went to a continuation. I ended up going to a continuation in the Valley because the LA schools wasn't working for me because I'm like, I'm not focusing. So
it was just too crazy?
Too crazy, getting involved in a lot of stuff, riding around the jungles, just being bad, at everybody else's school. I was going to LA High, but I would be at Dorsey. I would be at all the continuations, little stuff like that. But at the last semester, I'm like, okay, I got credits I need to make up on. when I ended up graduating, I graduated at 17. And in between that, you talked about it. You know, my dad had got out, did some old crazy shit, tried to have sex with me, that old weird shit.
And tried to kind of be like in a relationship with you, if I recall correctly.
Yes,
it's like
he
some
was
of the
young.
weirdest shit I ever heard.
He was young. You know, my mom and dad had me young, 14, 15. My dad was 14, my mom was 15. So when he gets out of jail, like the last time I had seen him, I seen him all throughout me growing up. Oh, we're going to your dad's job. I'm like 3 and 4, 5, 6. He's in YA still. Then he goes to different prisons, Susanville, little stuff like that, right? But after 7th grade, my mom was like, you can't go see him no more because I don't want you going to these 8-hour visits. Like, no child needs to deal with that. She was like trying to stop that shit. And I think her husband didn't like it.
Wait, she already knew that he was trying to fuck you when you were like 12, 13?
No.
Oh.
She knew that wasn't good for my mind. She didn't want me to get used to being low-key institutionalized like him.
And shit.
At the
Okay,
prisons
gotcha.
and getting used to like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see my dad.
Right.
But really, I'm like, what? So he was just mad that she kept me away from him. He caught this big case when I was in the 7th grade or something. He was on America's Most Wanted. I'm going to school telling people like, my dad is on TV. He robbed a bank. He beat up a 7-Eleven man, killed the man, manslaughter, beat him to death because my dad was a boxer. So we were supposed to be like the top-notch.
But he really killed the 7-Eleven clerk?
Yes, because...
Just during a robbery?
During the robbery. And the guy jumped over like, y'all not about to take my shit. And had a gun. And my dad took the gun from him. And it was like all on video camera. Beat him up. And he knocked him unconscious.
But he got manslaughter because the guy had a gun?
No, because he put the guy in a coma. And he later died.
Oh.
So now he got manslaughter. So he ended up getting 10 years. So when he got out, I'm 17. I'm trying to finish high school. And then this nigga get out. Like, look at the devil. Like, why are you trying to distract me? And then he's trying to get back from my mom, you know, like to get up under her skin. So he comes to me.
What
this is
idea.
what these, yeah.
Oh my God.
You know, I don't know what they did to you in jail, but something. My mom was like, that motherfucker must have got raped too.
You felt like he came out like a completely different person?
Completely. This wasn't the guy that I thought.
Because you're around him when you're, you know, younger. What was the age you saw him before he got locked up for that? Like 12 or something?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see him and you're like 17, 18, and he's just acting like a dude hitting on you or whatever?
Yeah, you know, like always creeping on me.
That's
exactly.
Like whatever kind of trauma you got going on, that for sure justifies the whole damn thing. Because that's like one of the weirdest, creepiest things I could ever imagine a girl having to go through.
But you know what? I really mask it really well because he tried it and I act like I was going to go along with it and ended up running out the house. Because I was like, he may strangle me. You know, he just got out for killing someone. Like, I don't want him to kill me.
Right.
So.
And you got that vibe, like if I say no, he's going to probably just force this anyway?
Exactly, yes. That's what these guys do.
Wow.
And, you know, but I realized later on, like, is this why I treat guys the way that I do? Like, you know, like I'm a player too. Then I talk to them like, you really don't care about me. Like, you know, if my dad didn't care about me, why would you?
What was the quote though? It was like, before you let one of these bum ass dudes be your boyfriend, I'm gonna be your boyfriend or some shit like that.
He
right?
was tripping on the guy that I was talking to, and the guy was from Harlem 30s, right? Crips. And he goes, oh, I know some of his big homies. I done did time with some of his big homies. I'll have him killed. And just saying all type of crazy stuff, trying to intimidate me and my boyfriend. He's like, I don't want you to get nobody. Da-da. I'm like, huh? Like, I'm about to be grown in a minute. I don't give a fuck. So he tells me, I'd rather you fuck me than fuck these little niggas on the street. Like, just flat out. And got up and was like, I'm ready to go right now. Like, on some Jerry Springer shit. And I'm like, bro, wait. So because I know how to deal with, you know, creeps, I'm like, all right, go lay down. You know, let me get ready.
Had you already had experience?
A little bit.
The blade and whatnot at that point?
Not the blade.
Not the blade, but...
the blade is not my thing.
Okay.
My thing was more like Backpage. You know, being a runaway, you run into tricks and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't like to call them tricks, ill. But creeps or people who wants to spend money on you because you're out there. And they're like, you need a ride, you need some money, and you meet people. And you need money while you're out there. But I didn't get into really getting money and finessing until I went to jail, you know, and like age 24 24, 25, and I found out about Backpage. So that's when I'm like, oh yeah, this is something that I'll be interested in, because I was doing music, so I needed like extra money on the side. That's how that came in.
Okay, wait, but so when you run up out the house and leave your dad stranded, what is the end result of that? Like, does he keep reaching out, or did you ever see him again after that?
I didn't see him again after that, because I ended up telling my mom. She's like, nope, you got to cut all ties. Like, I was a minor, so I didn't say this on South by Underbelly, but my mom was like, you're a minor. Like, you have to tell his probation officer. I'm like, I'm not about to snitch on him. She's like, no, he's going to come after us. Period. You have to nip this shit in the bud. So they ended up violating him just for coming in contact with the police. But they had me like tell my story and all that. And the reason why I'm saying this on a platform like this is because people be thinking, oh, that's snitching. No, that's something that you have to tell on, because he was an adult and I was a child. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't think I ever heard a girl get accused of snitching for like
I don't know how y'all niggas work these days. These internet niggas is crazy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are people who are so burnt out that they would take that position. But I mean, come on.
Right.
Like, especially in that situation, like, what are you going to do? You're going to go kill him? Because that's kind of like, from a gangster perspective, that's the alternative to snitching, right?
Exactly.
I feel like that's a little too much to ask of you.
Yeah.
But, okay, so he just gets fully locked up again for a long time after that? Or?
Just a violation, because it wasn't force of entry. That's what they called it. So I go to my mom, and when I tell her, and I'm living with my grandma at this time, so I'm like, oh, Granny, I don't want to tell my mom. She's like, you have to. So she's like, we're calling the probation officer. Within 2 or 3 days, he was already, maybe the next day, he was locked up. Within the 3rd day, I was already at the jail, long interrogation table, 17 years old, white lady with a recorder. My mom had already had me write out the story. Then I had to tell the story again. They said, can we bring him in? My mom like, yeah, bring that mother in. And they're like, we're not talking to you, woman. We're talking to her. Do you feel comfortable him coming in? I said, yeah.
What's the point of him coming in, though?
To see
his reaction?
His reaction, my reaction, see if I'm lying, see how I act when he's around.
Okay.
They want to see all that body language, obviously.
They're probably experts at judging
exactly.
That
I'm
kind
like,
of thing.
here we go. Some Face 48 type shit. So he got his handcuffs on. He's still trying to intimidate me, biting his lip.
Ugh.
He looked like he had been stressing for months. He had black eyes, pricks coming out, like he hadn't shaved in a few days. Because he probably like, what the f***, I'm in jail because this little girl. Yes. I'm your daughter, dude.
Is he still just like a guy out and about?
The nigga out and about in Vegas, I heard.
In Vegas.
Cosmopolitan, out there jigging and finessing still. Wow. That's where I got it from.
They always tell me that if a LA street dude ends up in Vegas, you got to be cautious.
Hello. He had to be registered as a sex offender. So they ended up giving him 11 months.
Okay.
So I ended up having my first child, right?
That is crazy, because if he had completed the mission that he was on, he probably would have got mad years. But because he failed, or because you were smart enough to get away from it.
Exactly. I saved his ass, fool, from you making a decision that you would have regretted for the rest of your life,
Thank God, though, because think about how fucking traumatizing that would be to have that on your conscience. Ugh.
Ugh. So, yeah. So I ended up getting out the next year. I mean, he ended up getting out the next year. And I seen him, like, in Rialto or San Bernardino, because my cousin lives out there. And it was my baby shower. I'm pregnant now. And so I'm looking at the stoplight. I'm like, I think that's my dad.
Oh, you just see him randomly on the street?
Randomly talking to some bitch, a young girl that looks my age. So basically, he got out and didn't learn his lesson. Yeah. Was still talking to young girls. And I found out, we find out information years later that he had a young girl my age, a baby by her. So that was the same girl that I seen him talking to.
Wow.
She had a stroller. She was already pregnant. So he super saved her.
And does he continue to try to reach out to you, even though you've been making the story public on interviews and shit?
I made it publicly December 2022, right, for the first time. But he's tried to reach out 2021, he tried to reach out. And when he tried to reach out, it was because he said he was mad. I think he said he seen the picture with me and Big U. Because I went to Big U's house one time with someone, just partying. No music related, no nothing. And we took a picture. So I guess my dad ended up seeing that. So when he reached out to me, he said, yeah, I'm mad still fucking mad. I'm mad that you taking pictures with niggas out here and you trying to do music, I can manage you.
Oh,
I'm
bro.
on some real California Crippin'. And he's a Crip too. He got NHC on his stomach. Like, bro.
He reaches out because he sees you hanging out with somebody that's got way more power than him.
Thank you.
That's such like a weird window into his mind that would be the thing that triggered him to
exactly,
reach out.
and it let me know you're still on the same page. So have you been looking at me before that and you didn't reach out until you seen that, or what's the deal?
And imagine wanting him to manage your music career after you just publicly talked about him trying to f you on a podcast.
Imagine me trusting him again after he tried to, like, bro, imagine me being around somebody that
Imagine you being like, yeah, this is my manager. It's also my dad. And they'll be like, didn't you say this about him on this show?
Exactly.
To like 1 million people?
No, for real. But that's why I did it, to make sure I'm not going to ever be weak enough to do that. You messed up.
Right. Okay.
You have to come correct.
So, all right. When do you get locked up? But you said that was 24. You were 24?
Yeah,
so
I got
more
locked
stuff
up.
Unfolds in between that?
Yeah, because my whole thing, it was never the blade, but I was a hustler. I would do fraud. I would do little stuff like that, checks. So I ended up getting cracked. This is like me singing with YG for about 2 years or 3 years now.
So what age was that when you tapped in with YG?
So I tapped in with YG at age 20.
Okay.
And he was like 18. And so it was a blessing because I was dealing with one of my baby daddies. And I was telling God, like, I need to get away from him. He was the blood,
Not Snoopy, a different one.
Yeah, not that dude.
Okay, so when you start working with YG, though, is he even successful yet?
He had just got signed to Def Jam, like literally a week later.
Okay.
But I've been hearing his music. So they was like, that boy that sing, F it up, girl, go on, F it up, girl. I'm like, oh, yeah. I was thinking he was from the IE. I didn't know. Politics started going around. It was a guy, Big B from 20s, rest in peace, Big B. Big B was like, y'all need to link up because, I grew up in the 20s. So he's like, yeah, I'm managing him, da-da-da. I'm like, all right, hook it up. But originally I met YG's friend Ace. Randomly, I used to do hair at that time. I'm doing my friend's twisties or whatever. Her name is Naka. So I'm doing her hair. She like, yeah, the homie's about to come. So a nigga named Jay Creasy, Ace came. They like, oh, you'll be perfect for the homie. You could do promo for pushers. I'm like, promotion? Yeah, we need cute girls. I'm like, well, y'all know I sing, right? I don't know why I said that. And I just said it. And he was like, sing for the homie. So I ended up singing. Next thing you know, YG was like, I want her. I started singing with him. Within that same week, I ended up meeting Chris Brown too through some other friends. So it just seemed like all of the musically inclined people were coming into my life.
Right.
So I'm like, well, what do I do? Of course, I'm so hood bound. I'm looking at anybody in the industry like, oh, Illuminati. It was around that time. Yeah, I was like, oh, no, they're saying don't sign no contracts. You guys do. You guys are the eye. It was around that time. Just so
if YG was already
naive.
In the Illuminati.
It's Chris Brown.
Right. But what the f was he doing?
Right.
Just being a dude.
Right. And I realized that once I hung around them because I'm like, I'm about to dibble and dabble with both of them, period, just to see what catches. So I'm over here making music with YG, over here in the jacuzzi with Chris Brown.
And you're trying to keep it secret?
Low key because,
from each other?
Yeah, from each other. Okay. And then it just came out because I think one time I was with YG and then somebody called, one of my model friends, was like, Chris Brown wants you to sing for him at Kitchen 24 on Sunset for his birthday. I'm like, okay. But because I was already like in the studio with YG, I'm like, won't you just come with me? And he's like, okay. I bring YG and all hell broke loose. Chris Brown was like, bitch, what are you doing?
Him and YG weren't on good terms?
They didn't even really know each other. But then after that, they had a song called Hell Yeah or something that they made.
Okay.
Hosted by like DJ Illwood or something.
I could imagine, if you got two guys who have egos and there's a girl that is overlapping with both of them.
And then there was another girl who played on Baldwin Hills. She, rest in peace too, her name is Garen. She was like a model. And she ran to YG. And Chris Brown was like, now you got my bitches getting up, running to you? Hell no, Tanea, get the out of here. You bringing who up in here? I'm like, the boy that sings Tooted and Booty, he's on the radio right now. I don't give a bitch, I'm Chris Brown. So, but they ended up being cool with each other. It's always bros over hoes. So
right, that's true.
They ended up.
So, okay, elephant in the room.
Yeah.
young, successful dudes. There's a girl. She wants to make it in the music business. Were there sexual requirements or sexual relationships that were aligned with these narratives in your career? If I'm YG and there's going to be a chick, I'm giving her the opportunity to sing on all my songs, probably there's going to have to be some neck involved, right?
Not necessarily, because I originally met YG through his friend. So the friend took first dibs on me, like, this is my girl.
Ah, okay.
I'm bringing her into you, YG, so you take care of my girl.
Right. That could stop this narrative.
That saved me, and I liked it, because if I was just a random girl that was just necking these niggas off, it would be a tooted and booted type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would be here today and gone tomorrow.
Mm.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm glad I got my position. Like when Ashanti came out, they probably thought she was Ja Rule. No, she's fucking Irv Gotti, even though he has a wife. But you know, shit like that. So that was my position. But you know, it's the look. All the homies thought, oh yeah, she YG.
Mm.
So we let them think what they want to think.
And never got there.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That's cool. That's impressive. You must have quite the resolve to turn him down. It was never like, you never got the vibe of like, damn, he's feeling me. Because the relationship with his homie didn't last, right?
Right.
Right.
And then later on, after a while, he ended up signing me to 400 Records. And I'm like, oh, you want me now? What's tea? But I think a lot of people like what I bring to the table. You know, they know if I this girl, she's a little bit toxic. I'm gonna have to be ready for it. But I do want her around. You know, I like her company. I like her talent. I like what she brings to the table. But I don't know, because she be...
When you were signed to 400, who else was on the label at that time?
Slim, 400.
This whole era, Sad Boy Loco and
Sad
all
Boy
that
Loco.
shit, right? Okay.
And it was really just us three on the roster. Kamaya came after me because I left.
Ah, okay.
So when I left, he had to fill in the quotas. And I'm like, I like Kamaya music though, for real. She's tight.
Oh, she's
Anybody from the Bay, they always have
great
like
person.
this, really, yeah.
She has a great personality.
And her story, I've seen like a few of her interviews, her story was kind of close to mine. She was saying that YG didn't give her creative control, the same shit. So I'm like, I didn't want to be the one to say it. But since she had the platform at that time, go ahead.
You got to give it to him that, like, it was pretty early in his career, and he was going out of his way to really try to do the label thing. And honestly, like, I see so many people try to do the label thing. Even somebody like Gucci Mane, who's like a massive legend, rich as still seems like he has a hell of a time doing it. And even
it's very hard. That's why I gave YG so many passes. I never really talked bad about him at all. I may have been kind of mad, like, why you didn't do what you said you was gonna do? But I had to understand what he was up against. These deals, he's dealing with Def Jam, then going to Interscope. And it's like, when they don't believe in you, you have to really prove yourself. You get what I'm saying? Then he's affiliated with certain things that will kind of like hinder their belief until they're on dick again. You get what I'm saying? So I understood. And yeah, it is a hassle dealing with a lot of artists. And then when you're signed to an artist, the artist has to think about themselves first before they get around to you.
Right.
So I used to be on eggshells, like, please, please, please. But you know, things happen for a reason. I learned a lot with him. He got shot while I was signed with him. We experienced a lot.
When did it officially end?
It officially ended like all the way going into 2017, because the contract started in 2015. It was supposed to be for a year, but I kind of like, I think stretched it a little bit longer.
Okay.
And I was like, you only signed me to an artist development deal? Like, nigga, I'm trying to take this to the end on some Young Money shit. But he's like, and people would come in as I was signing him, like, we're looking for writers for Rihanna. People been waiting on songs from Rihanna for a long time. Warner Group or whatever would walk into our sessions. Oh, for SZA, for Kalani, for K. Michelle. And YG be like, no, she cannot. She's with 400 Records. She can't write for nobody.
But you always wanted to do the songwriter thing as well?
Yes, because I write all my music. So when we first started, that was the thing. Like when we started in when I came around 2009 and 10, his whole thing was, we used to be on publishing deals. Niggas is getting publishing deals. We could get about 200 racks. We could da-da-da. Then distribution deals came along the line. But I always wanted a publishing deal, you know, to write a few songs but he told me, oh, if you write a song for somebody, they're not going to respect you for you. You're just going to be their writer.
Right.
And I'm listening to all of this cap, but I'm like, if you didn't have no intentions on putting me out there, you might as well let me get a check real quick so I could get me a house.
Right.
I got kids, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Wait, when you start having kids? Because
I came to him. This is kid number 6. Don't play with me. I'm a mother.
Holy shit.
And, you know, when I came around him, mind you, I'm already 20, so I was already 2 kids in already. I've been having kids.
That's serious.
Really serious.
Not into protection?
I am, but it just depends. I like it raw, you know?
I hear that. But my pullout game is unbelievable, apparently.
The pullout game, I won it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It feels great. But like even me, I have the self-control. Even when my bitch bleeding, I'm still pulling out.
But they the one that be like, where you want me to put it at? You want me to bust inside you? I be like, yep.
And I realize that you have less control about that, but you get, I mean, when the end result of like how good a cream pie feels is that you have a child that you have to care for 18 years. I mean, no.
Yeah, we ain't thinking about that.
I'm a nut on your butt cheek. Not you, but like, you know, generally speaking.
We're going to talk about me, you, and Lena later on.
I've heard you have some ambitions for us. Yeah. But, okay. So at some point, the music shit doesn't seem like it's really working out. And so
yeah, it's like
you
up
turn
and
to
down.
crime, or you're kind of doing that along the way?
I had got out of jail for crime. So at this point, I'm like, back page it is.
Right.
Because at this point, I've been around a lot of celebrities. I've been around money. I want money. And I want to continue to be around people who got it. Period. I don't want to go back to being regular. So coming from the jungles, living in the jungles when I first met YG, I didn't want to go back to that. So when I started doing Backpage, I started meeting people.
With degrees of success.
Lamar Odom.
Who I interviewed a little while back.
Body rubs, different little stuff like that. Like,
was he married to the Kardashian?
At that time, I think he was kind of going through he was in the media. That's all I'm going to say. He was going through some.
Yeah, he had some insane statistic. Like he cheated on his wife with like 2,000 women or something.
Yeah, and I probably was one of the two. No,
no, you probably were. That's just an insanely like large sample to be pulling from. 2,000. What the?
No, and you know what? I think a lot of these men, they go through a lot and they want like a regular chick. So me on the site was the regular chick. I don't come off as, oh, I'm the singer. Different picture, different name, different hairstyle every single time.
And you're not telling them about all these other guys that you're affiliated with?
Oh, no, they have no idea. If they did, they probably wouldn't come.
Right. What was Lamar Odom up to? He was doing anything zesty in the bedroom or not?
He was just wanting to get rubbed down.
Really?
Real bad.
No whack 100?
No.
Laying on his belly?
Ooh,
no?
and they do that too. All of them, they be so different. I be like, if only people could see the real you guys naked.
Right. We don't want to see that with whack. Yeah. Lamar, maybe.
Well, you said it.
You ever been around whack?
No, I'm scared of that
Just
dude.
Name random people. Hey, you ever been around this guy?
That dude.
Wait, why are you scared of him?
I don't know. Is he nice?
He is nice, yeah. He's just like the horniest fucking dude on earth.
If he's horny, I could deal with him. But I'm not no home wrecker or nothing.
You know
like,
about
I'm
R&B?
really. What, his lady?
Yeah.
I be seeing her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cute.
They'd be trying to turn you into a third.
Ooh.
For sure. You're a unicorn waiting to happen, yeah.
See, one thing about me is, I don't know. How do people share? Like, how do you share? How?
I mean,
You don't get jealous?
it wouldn't be you sharing. It would be them sharing.
Exactly.
It would be like him.
Yeah, what am
it
I
would be
talking
her
about?
sharing him with you, right?
Right.
You couldn't imagine that? You would just immediately get territorial?
Yeah.
Over someone else's boyfriend?
No, if it was my boyfriend.
Right, that I could imagine being a little bit.
But somebody else's boyfriend, no.
But wait, okay, so if we're dating, you can't handle me, like you could watch me jerk off, right?
Yeah.
Well, why can't you watch me fuck another girl?
Ooh.
It's the same thing.
I need some time. I need a few shots or something.
I just feel like you've been through enough shit that shouldn't shock you.
But I know it shouldn't shock me, but I want what I want. Like at this point, I don't know, I guess somebody to, I don't know.
Now you want something more serious.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Okay, but so then how do you get arrested?
On my way to the hair shop. No, I got arrested. That's another situation. In the studio because I dated one of YG's other friends too.
Okay.
Anybody but YG. You know
Not a famous one?
A little bit, but he's like his best friend. He does music too. And
Tyga.
But yeah, I
don't know whose actual
we were at the
best
studio,
friends are, yeah.
and was suited, you know.
Okay.
And the police came and booted.
Oh, okay.
And the police came, and I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Why'd the cops even come? I've been to YG's studio. I probably know which one you're talking about.
Because it was loud up in there. It wasn't. No, it was just me and his friend at a studio, not YG studio.
Got it.
So, matter of fact, everybody was on tour, and we didn't go. Because we were like in our little love thing going on.
Okay.
Here I go, breaking hearts again. And when the police came, I didn't know I had a warrant out for my arrest. So I'm thinking, baby, I'll be out. I'll be out in a few weeks. This shit always happens. You know what I'm saying? They was like 2 years with half in the Linwood County Jail, LA County Jail.
Just because they caught you with drugs?
No, just because I had a warrant out.
Oh, okay, right.
And I found out that, like, you know, you put people on when you do these checks and the fraud shit. Somebody got their ID taken, and they must have asked them, like, who put you on? And they gave my name up.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And so I got that time for that because the amount of money that was taken. They had it at commercial burglaries, and they dropped it down because they were trying to give me 3 at first. And then I was in that jail.
For how long?
For a year.
And I'm going to assume that you're in the upper percentile of attractive women in the jail.
Yeah.
So are they just ravaging you or what?
Oh, yeah. I had bitches. I had packs on my bed. Gay for the stay, straight at the gate. You know, we know what that means.
It's understood.
Yeah.
They tell me that like 100% of women just get into a gay thing when they're locked up.
I mean, until you snap out of it, it'd be cool.
Right.
They flying you kites, y'all arguing, but we wasn't really like bumping coochies and stuff like that. No, we'll kiss here and there. It was just love.
It's
like,
too strict to like really be.
I'm not about to be in the hole fucking with you, bitch.
But it's like that. Like if you someone, like you might really get sent in the hole.
Yeah, and then not risky. Even that. I don't want you to blue band me now, and then I don't know what you got.
What's a blue band?
Like you can't be around that person in there.
Oh. And
I met my girl in high power because I was a trustee, and I was giving her stuff, and she was like, "Oh, you that girl," and I liked her because her name was Tanea. Tanea, long ass hair. I'm like, girl.
And do you go for the super masculine chicks, or are you going with other pretty
It
bitches?
Just depends. Pretty bitches, masculine. If I like you, I like you. I don't really have a type.
Okay. So you get out after that, and like, how are you feeling during that stay? Because obviously you're like ruminating on your life and the past and everything, and you're thinking like, I was on these huge songs with YG.
Right, like they come in there.
Cool.
They coming in there. No, and we were cool. At this time, we were cool. When I got out, then I signed with 400 Records. When I got out, he's like, I'm with Jeezy now. I'm ready for you. I had been singing on his mixtapes already. I made it with him. Little Secret, God is My Witness. Actually, while I was in jail, he came out with God is My Witness in there, right? So I'm like, okay, I could with him. I don't know why you're not putting no money on my books, but they sizing me up in here. Like, you know, I need to have some type of money. I look up one day, I got $1,000 on my books. Some goddamn drug dealer come up in there like, hey.
Give me the money.
No, you owe me when you get out.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, you was pussy. But, you know, you need that. Because now I got to keep it up in here. I need to order shit. And so I was good. A lot of people was like trying to come down to my dorm because they was finding out I was there. So the lieutenant came to me and was like, who are you? Because I'm hearing a lot of chatter. Long story short, he's like, I need you to start a choir because it was a law that passed. They call them AB 109. And that's a law that you do all your time in the county instead of having to go to the pen. So people were doing halftime in the county. So I got to a half. People were doing up to 5 years with half, but they hate that because people love to go to the pen. They're like, the county, you could die in that mother. The pen is more, you could breathe.
Okay.
So because we had so many people in there, AB 109, they had to come up with extracurricular activities. So they said, well, if you're a singer, why don't you start a choir? This will be the first time for this. And so they called my dorm 2500 the honorary dorm. So that's when all the bitches got to come in there. My best friend in there, one of my best friends, because I got a few. She came in there, she's from Blackstones. She's like, I've been trying to get to you, but I got so many write-ups. She finally got down there. We programming twice. I got a radio. I got a Life Jennings CD, Mariah Carey CD. Fun. And that's when a lot of people, I started getting real popular. Anybody who had a problem with me, they was like, bitch, you cool as f-. Now I'm cool as f***, bitch. You tried to press me at first.
Okay.
And during that time, I was a little bit more feistier because I was younger.
Right.
So I was arguing with bitches. Oh, bitch, lock it down in the cell. Taking off my shoes, stuff like that. But now, I wouldn't give a bitch a time of day because I got too much clout. You feel me? Bitch, please. So, it was cool. Everybody loved me there. And all the guards, one time I was selling Seroquels up in there because, still hustling. Those are psych meds. So I'm selling Seroquels or whatever. And one of the, it's like seniors, it's the chain of command. So, the senior and the sergeant, I forgot his name. But they said he was from Hoover. He used to be from Hoover. So he like, every time I come around you make my card. I'm like, yeah. He like, but we about to have to raid. We know when somebody about to raid because in the little square when they about to buzz you in, when you coming into the dorm, you see all of them, like 4 or 5 of them. You like, what the, we about to get raided. We start hiding everything. But I keep my stuff on me. So I'm like, damn, if they take us to the wreck, and get searched, I need to hide it somewhere. So I put it in my Bible.
But what were you hiding? Just the Seroquels?
Yeah.
Okay. That's it? You didn't have a bunch of knives and shit?
No.
It's not like that with the girls?
No. It is, but for the Hispanics and,
Oh, okay.
I was in the riot one time too.
Really?
But that was in the working dorm.
How does the female race riot pop off?
Oh my God, my homegirl Betty Logan. Shout out Betty Logan. She started with this girl, the Southside girl, and I said, girl, you about to have a fucking riot, and this bitch was my bunkie. And then I worked in reception. That's like a hard job to get.
So same thing as with dudes where like a black person can't just go fight a Mexican person or that's going to be what starts the riot?
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then you getting into it with a Southside girl, like this bitch just explained to me I work in reception, the spreads and how they look out for each other and they be taxing different races and Armenians and all type of stuff. And now you want to get into it with her, and I just got cool with her. I'm like, but the good thing was, one of the girls that she was fighting with that wasn't a Southsider, the Southsider was telling her, if you want to fight Betty, fight her. I'm not about to, take your battles, hop up off the bed. The girl didn't hop up off the bed, so Betty didn't fight her, so I was happy. So almost got into it, right? But we was all like standing off all of their bunks, like, I was like, this is too much, but I was just following suit with my bunkie. Because what the fuck I look like staying on the bed when everybody off the bed?
Right.
I'm like, I got to be ready. So I guess they be having knives, but nothing has never happened when I was there.
Okay.
Nothing.
But so you get out, you're still on good terms with YG, you sign officially.
Yeah, so I'm happy I signed officially. Everything is going cool, but I think YG was kind of tight that he was going against his friend Mustard at that time, so it was hard for him to really execute things because he was...
They were having issues at that time.
And afraid of if it was going to be successful because your friend with the beach just left. So you don't want to make no wrong move. So he worried about RJ being over there with Mustard. So he can't focus over here at 400 Records because he worried about what 10 Summers got going on.
Okay.
So yeah, I was, it's a lot of drama in between. Of course, I'm not going to talk about, but I just felt like a casualty of war. Like, this shit is not going to last. And I knew I was going to have an exit. I always had big dreams and just appreciative of what I'm experiencing, but it has to be something bigger than this.
So you and YG have a big fallout at some point or just kind of slowly?
I walked away from him because I was tired of his games. I went to Las Vegas with him. He he used to rent out the Hugh Hefner suite at Palms Hotel. I think that's what it's called. And some was fishy. He wanted to get in another car, another Sprinter, and separate from me. Because he was having an interview with Kamaya already.
But you and Kamaya are so different. You're a singer. You got this whole pretty girl type thing going on. She's kind of, doing her tough.
But YG was trying to make me into a gangster girl. It wasn't no pretty, no nothing.
Okay.
I was looking thugged out at 400 Records.
Okay.
Damn near looking like him. And he was, dressing me. And I'm like, YG, what the f*** is this?
Really?
I want to be sexy, city girl. Nah, you from the jungles. No, you need to look like what you going through. He wanted me to look like the damn dirt.
He might have been right. He might have known that Sexy Red was coming 10 years in advance. He predicted it.
And I was mad because he told me to do a few things, and I was like, I should have did it. He was telling me, like, do these covers and look like this and do Mary J. Blige. And I was like, no, I want to be Tanea.
I mean, to be real, like, people love gangster shit. And if you're really, like, authentically from that kind of environment.
But if you've been going through that your whole life,
yeah, I know.
You're tired of it.
But the people who win are the people that take their trauma and sell it back to people.
That's true. That's what I realized.
People who try to elevate too early, it don't work.
But when the City Girls came out, like Cardi B and City Girls right after I left 400 Records, I'm like, you see how they're coming from Florida, but their QC got them dressing really nice, luxury in the hood,
right,
in the kitchen, but they got on designer. That's how I want to be.
I remember when I first heard Cardi B's first album and kind of realizing, like, oh shit, like she's making stripping sound as hard as like selling drugs or gangbanging, which hey,
he loved that.
That's a girl's version of that. Really.
He loved that. He was like, but he kind of knew that, remember when I got signed to him, I had got out of jail. And I had to like kind of wait like a year or something for me to get signed. Within that year, I'm already running plays. So when I came to him, he like, you different now. Like, you Owen. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you doing this? Are you? So I was trying to have him up the bar. So he was like, I'm not no trick. You know what I'm saying? So he already was like, you're trying to do too much. Let me run this show. I know what I'm talking about. And I let him run the show until he got shot and started to shelf me. And I realized later on why he dealt with Kamaya. Kamaya came with beats, a different swag, and more connections a little bit. Versus me, we're from the same area almost. So he like, bitch, I know you.
And even the Kamaya thing didn't last that long.
Right.
She left respectfully, but when I watched her talk about it on Vlad a while back, definitely you could tell that, she was upset about how it ended.
Right, because she probably was like, I brought a lot of value to you, and this is what I got. I looked at it like, he got you on a plaque. Well, you got a plaque. He got you on a song with Drake. True. YG would have never did that to me because when we would be around people like 50 Cent and stuff like that, he would step on toes like, get away from her. I couldn't even talk to 50 Cent in New York. I tried to sidebar talk to 50, and YG came with a hoverboard and started cock blocking. I'm like, get your ass over.
YG on a hoverboard is a crazy addition to that story.
Where the f did he come from? Security, somebody get him because it's like, he's...
What y'all doing?
Please, tell me why you always hate it. No, but same old YG, But that's still the homie, though.
But it's funny because, like, I feel like the way that he dealt with artists kind of feels like the way that most dudes deal with girls, where it's like, you're fucking with them, and then something happens, you decide you're not fucking with them, and you just never talk to him again. And it feels like that's kind of like how he's dealt with his female artists at a certain point.
But even Kamaya, so if Kamaya is not really like that, he was fucking her too? You get what I'm saying?
I do not think so. But, like, not...
You never know, though.
You never know. But that never got that vibe from hearing her talk about it or anything. But, like, it's like, you don't need to have a conversation about it. You just stop talking to him. You already got him under contract.
And two, Kamaya probably like, and I done brought cute little Kaylani around and you want to fuck with her, nigga? You need to do what you need to do with me first before you try to fuck on my friends.
Didn't even think about that, yeah.
It be little shit like that. Like, YG, because I done threw him a few.
I'm sure.
Skeleets.
Was that ever weird seeing him fuck all these random girls in front of your face? Or you encourage that?
I encourage it because I don't want you to want to fuck me.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so then after that, what do you start doing with your life? And when does Snoopy Badass enter your life?
Who?
He's a big deal on this channel. You might never have to talk about him on Software Underbelly, But on here, we're invested in Snoopy.
Are you scared of him?
I would not say scared is the word, although he is a little crazy. So I could imagine being scared of him.
As a woman, yeah, huh?
No, I don't. You know, he just seems like he could lose his mind on me at some point, sure. But everybody does that sooner or later.
He don't got it all. Yeah, but after the YG thing, I'm just like, it's crazy because I didn't meet Snoopy until after I left P. Diddy's house, actually.
Oh.
And after I left YG, I was just like, I need to find somebody bigger and better.
The Prince.
And that's when I ended up. See, what happened with Diddy is how I ended up with somebody like the guy we just brought up, because I just looked at the whole industry like, oh my God, my heart is broke. Like, let me just stop. I'm going back to the hood.
Right.
I'm going back to the drawing board. But anyway, so I get out of the contract with YG. I'm crying every single day. I'm the one who walked away. I popped up and bust the whole nutty, like went crazy at the radio station with him, with YG and Kamaya. Who the do you got around here? You sneaking the interview. You ain't even do what you're supposed to do.
You knew he was going to be at the radio, so you showed up and tweaked out on him?
Yes, because he tried to separate from me in Vegas, and then I asked his manager, like, where's YG going? And he's like, oh, he's going to the radio station. I'm like, follow that fucking sprinter. Wow. And that's when I seen Kamaya with these 3 girls that she used to call the hoochies.
Okay.
And I acted crazy. And so he was like, what the fuck did I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm not never dealing with you again. So I end up walking the casino, end up seeing somebody that I knew. And I'm like, take me back to LA. And then after that, he still tried to say, well, what about the music we did? I'm coming out with my Still Brazy album. I need your consent. Are you going to pay me? Yeah. Motherfucker didn't pay me. So I signed it and didn't get paid. So I'm on a song called Get Me Got Shot without my name on it. On his album. But anyway, so after that, I'm hurt. I'm crying every single day. I'm writing in my journal. I'm talking to God. I end up at the park. My friend tell me, you need to do something called air therapy. You believe? Oh, I was all like into manifestation and crystals and all that at that time. Sorry, Jesus. So I had to really, step into another lane like, God, you have forsaken me and you said that you wouldn't.
Right.
I'm like, but listen here. I got a plan. I'm just going to try this air therapy, put it back out into your universe.
What's air therapy? You just breathing?
I guess writing down. My Panamanian friend told me about this. I'm like, okay, bitch, you different. I'm about to listen to what the fuck you got to say now. Because my shit ain't worked. So let me write down what I want and burn it at the park. And when it burns, it goes back into the universe and it comes back.
Okay.
So yeah, I did witchcraft on myself. And so when I wrote, I'm like, yeah, I want royalty, because mind you, YG just dogged me the fuck out. So I'm like, I want royalty. I want to go out the country, just all the shit that coming from where I come from, my dreams, on top of what I wanted in the music that I didn't get. So whatever I put on there, I did put P. Diddy, because I remember seeing his parties. I didn't know about it being a freak off. I just knew about it being a lot of famous people there. And I'm like, if I get to one of them type of parties, I could run into damn near anybody.
Right.
Him and whoever else, 10 other people. And then I wanted to get treated like royalty, because I feel like I'm a queen and I didn't get treated right.
And so you were using the word royalty, and then you just so happened to meet a prince?
Royalty. This is why I'm saying that, because whatever I was specific about, I manifested it, Adam.
And how'd you meet the prince?
Okay, so 2 days after the air therapy, literally like 2 or 3 days, I get a phone call from one of my friends randomly, like, hey, can you give me a ride to Glendale? I'm like, okay. He like, I'm about to run the play. I'm going to give you $300. Like for gas. When somebody say, if you take me to the Valley, I'll give you $50, $100 gas, because they about to do a transaction to where they about to get that much. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, 300. We get out there. He do the play, come back to the car like, all right, let's get back to LA. I'm like, nigga, where's my money? He like, oh, I'll give it back to you. No, we're not leaving until you give me the money. He like, nah, man. I'm like, man, I got to use the bathroom, because I'm on my money tip. I feel like everybody fucking me over at this time. So I'm like, let me go back into that house and see, because I'm looking at the house like, this looking like a nice house. Let me go in here and see who up in here. I got to pee. So I knock at the door. My friend walked with me, and here's the prince. He's like, hey. He like, hey, can my homegirl use the bathroom real quick? He like, she's gorgeous. Who is she? Capping me out. What do you do? Are you a model? Da-da-da. Oh, I do music. I'm a singer and songwriter. Oh, you would be great. We're going to Miami tomorrow. Who? Me and some friends. We're going to Ultra Music Week tomorrow. He pulled out his Black American Express card. Instantly, like, as I'm going to the bathroom, he already got his MacBook out, like, do you want me to book the flight? I'm like, hold on, let me go pee real quick. Fake pee. But really, I go in the mirror like, get myself together. So I come out. He like, yeah, you know, it'd be good if you do music. We could rub elbows. I know producers. I know this. I know that. We're going to party for 2 weeks. He's showing me the itinerary on his email, everything. I'm like, oh, okay, that looks fun. Oh, Monday we're doing this. Tuesday we're doing this. Then we're going out to spa. We're going out to eat here. He asked me, do you have a Snap? I said, yeah. Give me your Snap. My mind said he trying to get my number, but he not trying to step on my friend's toes.
Got it.
I ended up leaving. He's like, I'm gonna hit you up on Snap. He ended up calling me on Snap, but he video called me and was like, the next day, he's like, do you see my house, Nia? I'm out here in Miami in this $30 million house. Are you ready to come out here? We're waiting for you. And he always said we, as if, you know, it was him and a whole army or something. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I ended up falling for the okie doke, giving him my real number. Somebody told me, text me, oh, send me a picture of your ID. I'm on the next flight smoking already the next day. Well, that same day, that night. I get to Miami, I get picked up. It's just me and one other girl there with him, the day one. I got my own room. It's like 10, 11 rooms in there. We going places, we going shopping, but we picking up girls as we go. Long story short.
So he's just hitting on girls? You're helping him?
At the mall. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. If towards the end, I started to, you know, oh, she's cute. And then after 2 weeks came, so many things happened in 2 weeks, but I'm getting to the story. I'm like, okay, it's going on 3 weeks. Nothing has happened. Where's these people I'm supposed to meet? It just seemed like we just been going out partying, shopping, eating, whining and dining, strip club, and meeting new girls and bringing them to the house. This house is filled the fuck up now.
And are you fucking with this dude? And is he fucking these other girls?
He's fucking these other girls for sure. And I'm not the one to sit here and lie. I would sit here and say, yeah, I would. It'll make me look good. You the prince. I didn't, because he's capping me out, making me feel like I'm going to invest in you. Oh, because that was another thing. He was like, what are you looking for? I said, somebody to invest in me. So, of course, while I'm there, he's like, that's easy. I could start investing in you. Write down all your songs and write down everything that you ever did. I'm already like, write down all my songs. Like, no, just invest in me by studio time. I'm thinking I know the ropes from seeing what YG invested in me. I'm like, all you need is studio time, this, that, a few photo shoots. We could put this. I'm just taking the blueprint from 400 Records to this Prince. Like, nigga, you should have way more money. The whole thing is to shit on YG now. You know, like, this is why I came here, fool.
You didn't care about being successful as much as you cared about shitting on YG and showing him that he fucked up.
That's that part.
He didn't utilize your talents.
That part, right? So, but the Prince kept saying, calm down, because he's so used to whining and dining and spending money, and I'm trying to change my life. So, because I wanted to leave, he's like, don't worry, like, we're going somewhere. You know, I got somebody special that wants to meet you. Now, mind you, I didn't see him fucking these bitches in and out. The girls that came, they would leave. They would bring their friends. Sometimes their friends would stay. They'll leave. I would see people from Love and Hip Hop coming there. Nikki Baby. I haven't name dropped no names, but Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop. And I'm like, okay, like, he knows certain people. We going on boat rides. And when I wanted to leave, he's like, we're going to Club Live tonight. You can't leave. And it's going to be some special people there. I'm like, okay. We go to Club Live. While we're at Club Live, he's like, before we left, he's like, I want you to pick somebody really cute, a girl, because we're going to Diddy's house tonight. I'm like, what? And mind you, he never told me to pick nobody. But I was happy that he was telling me to do something, because I'm like, okay, now he finna do something. This is out the norm. He would ask me, oh, is she cute, when a girl was already there? But now you having me pick people. So I was going to look at it weird if he just told me to pick her, like, no, nigga, I'm not recruiting nobody for you before you do whatever you need to do for me. But when he said we going to Diddy's house, I'm like, ooh, I must be about to sing. This must be my lucky night tonight, like my big break, what I've been waiting for. Then I'm thinking about what I wrote down. It never crossed my mind that what I wrote down came true until Diddy came into the picture. Because I'm just thinking, I just met this guy from my homie. And he a creep. He just want to party, clearly. But when I actually got around to Diddy, I'm like, everything is happening. And I said what I wrote down. Like, manifestation is really real, bro. So I grab her. Club Live ended up ending like later than out here, like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We go back to the mansion. We chill for like an hour. Next thing you know, we load it up, like how we always do. We load up and go places. But now we loaded up on our way to Star Island.
What is that?
Star Island, where Diddy lives.
Oh.
So that's where his freak off goes.
It's just like a section of Miami, or it's like an actual island?
It's actually, because the street has like a whole bunch of palm trees and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, I did TMZ. I just did a documentary for TMZ last week, right?
Okay.
And it's I seen you on the first one.
Oh, they're doing a follow-up?
Yes, because they have more information. So it was the downfall of Diddy.
That's true. There's like hundreds of more accusations after the first one. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I sat down with Harvey, and they basically, I got there because I had footage. So I gave them footage that nobody has.
Okay.
And so we're on Star Island. I'm in my Snap recording like, oh, Diddy's house is lit, but I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm not knowing as soon as we get to the door that they were going to lock up our phones in bubble cases. We could hold it, but it's locked up. We can't use it.
Right.
So I'm like, what the f***? So I walk in. Instantly, one of Diddy's sons, Christian, was like, you, come here. Now I'm walking with the girl that I brought. The other girls are walking behind me, but once we got in the house to the side door, it was a backyard, so everybody split up.
And so the vibe is that the pretty girls, dudes will come up to him and kind of like make it clear, like, yo, you're getting invited to the latter tier of this party.
Exactly.
And they're giving out what, like little sandals?
Exactly. That's what they were giving out. So when the son came up to me and said, you come here, or called me over there, I'm like, who, her? He's like, no, you. So I'm thinking like, why not both of us? But okay, whatever. He's like, take these shoes. The shoes, the robe shoes, white terry cloth robe shoes. They're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, what do I do with these? He like, this is how you get in the house. So I just took them, I carried them. And that's when Diddy came, like, just appeared. Now, when somebody walks behind you and rubs the side of you, you already know, like, what the?
Yeah.
You might as well hold me and pick me up. What was you about to do? Throw me in the pool? But everybody was already skinny dipping. That's nothing. When I walked in, before I seen Diddy, I'm just peeping out everything. House music going like a rave. Do, 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 do. And it's real, real loud. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. People drinking mimosas, eating eggs and bacon in the goddamn pool, but naked though, and just walking around, and waitresses passing around drinks left and right. I was even holding the drink in my hand, and I don't even drink like that. Occasionally, but so when he came up to me, he's like, how are you liking my house? And I'm like, I'm trying not to be starstruck, so I wasn't looking him in his eye. And so I was just having side conversations with him. He's, oh, the prince been telling me a lot about you and da-da-da-da, like, but you need to go inside my house. Enjoy my house. And he's saying little stuff like, what's mine is yours, and all of this stuff or whatever, right? So I tell my friend, like, girl, let me just go up in this house. Like, the nigga wants me to go inside.
Right.
But I don't want to leave you out. So I'll be in there for a few minutes. I'll be right out. Walk up in there. Orgies, this going on, that going on, a few things going on.
So wait, like the main house is the party, and then there's a separate room or a separate section where the freak off is taking place?
Separate section where the freak off is taking place.
And you can't see this section from the main party?
No, because you got to go inside the house. The party is like outside, and the party is inside too, but that's the freak off.
Okay.
So people that are just outside, they won't know what's going on.
And you're talking
until
about
you walk in.
orgies. You're saying
Publicly walking in multiple people.
There's just like a couch.
Exactly.
And there's just some couple dudes fucking a bunch of girls?
Yeah, and naked, everything. I mean, they not pulling shit to the side, trying to be discreet about it. No, this is like they in the room by themselves, tuning out everybody around them.
Such a crazy concept to me because I have so much experience having sex on camera, but I can't imagine just being at a party and just wanting to have an orgy where like a million other people could see you. It seems like such an obvious thing to be like, let's go in the other room.
Right, but you know what? With the music and the drugs and the drink, do they even care?
And I was thinking about that. Like if I'm gone off the molly.
I'm talking about gone, like like
sure,
a rave. Like I've been to these Hollywood parties. You know the parties where you go in Hollywood, like it's like different sections, like it's a R&B, not R&B, like a reggae side, then a techno house music side, then it's a regular mainstream side.
Right.
The music was loud as you go to different sections of the house, it's different shit going on, like a different tune of music. You get what I'm saying? So soon as I walk in, when I see that, I'm like, what the? I was afraid to walk through. But I was still kind of being nosy. Once I seen little people, I said, I got to get the fuck up out of here.
Okay, and that's probably the most explosive thing that you said in the Soft Underbelly interview, because a bunch of people fucking doing drugs, who cares? But then you're like saying that there was basically underage people. Now, how underage are we talking? Like, obviously, like, teenagers?
I'm not trying to have nobody come looking for me.
Listen,
little.
I'm just trying to, because you're saying little, but you're kind of making it sound like you might be talking about midgets. But it's hard to imagine all these
I would have
people
said midgets then.
having this big freak off. It's hard to imagine that there's like kids involved and that nobody's going to say anything. That's crazy.
No,
that's like hard for us to kind of imagine.
He's too rich. You got to understand. I looked at it like this. I didn't look at it like, oh, I need to tell somebody. I looked at it like, this is his house. So whatever he do, what can I say? That's like somebody coming to my house saying, I don't like what you got going on in your house. They may not like it, but they can't do nothing about it.
But was this the moment when you were like, oh, okay, I'm going to get the fuck out of here? Or were you already
I was kind of confused because they were dressed up as the Harajuku Barbie. So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe it's a production going on.
I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it sounds like some anime shit or something.
Yeah, some cute little dolls, like animation. Nicki Minaj talk a lot about the Harajuku Barbies with the bobs and the colorful, look like Asian.
Would you have been interested in participating in this crazy public orgy if it wasn't for
No.
that? No, but it sounds like fun. Besides, until you mentioned that detail.
In the room, maybe.
But you wouldn't get fucked up and let the prince bang you out on the couch at the.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
And that's what let me know. Okay, this party ain't for me, because if they cool with that, I gotta be cool with that too.
Yeah.
So did you tell me to go in the house to see what I think about it? And then they did. So when I seen that, then I heard people screaming, but I'm like, okay, they fucked up.
Because that's the kind of thing that if you were even at that party, if you saw that and you continued, even if you didn't actually engage with these teeny boppers, you even being there really puts you in the box of like, oh, you're guilty by association.
Yeah, and guess what? That's why I got the fuck up out of there.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, once you see something, and even when I left, I got back, I'll get to that later, but I ended up calling the police, not on Diddy, on the Prince. Like 911 called, I've been, and I have pictures of that. I've been kidnapped by some
But were
Arabians.
you really kidnapped? You felt like you couldn't leave?
Well, I felt like I couldn't leave because...
At this specific party or in general?
In general, from him, because it was a code on the gate. I only came back by hopping in the car, the car service. I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay. But I wanted it to be on record that if anything happens to me or while I'm around any of this shit, at least I called in. This is my paper trail. Because I know how y'all like to do black people.
Right.
And don't try to say, oh, well, did you even try to call for help? Yes, I did, motherfucker. Right. And you was there to protect and serve, and you didn't do a motherfucker thing, so don't say nothing to me now.
So what do you think Diddy's involvement probably was at these kind of parties? Do you think that he was banging people out in public at these parties by the end of the night, or is he so high level that he's taking some girls off into his little section?
Both, okay? And the reason why I say that is because remember I told you I used to party with Chris Brown?
Yeah.
when I would be in the hot tub with Chris Brown and we'll be singing or doing whatever, he would be like, I'll be right back. Whether he was going to go take a bump or sniff a line or do whatever, he would be gone longer than 10, 15 minutes, and then a girl leaving with him coming out when he comes out. So we were just taking it as, oh, they just went to go real quick. But it'd be like 5 or 6 bitches, no lie. This is what he was known for. Oh, Chris Brown is fucking another bitch. In about 2 hours, he done already took down 6 bitches, you know? So that's understandable.
That's I don't understand that.
But when you, because he's that
appetite.
Nigga.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
yo, dick still working?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, your dick is being severely impaired by the coke. You still want to fuck 6 bitches in like an hour or two? Like, what are you, a fucking superhero?
That's what I'm saying. What are you, all fucking Viagra?
And like, this just paints the picture of like rich, powerful dudes just like getting so freaky and just like having no limit to that shit.
But not to mention, let me tell you, as I come out, I'm like, oh, girl, what the fuck? Like, this party is crazy. Da-da-da. I'm still screaming. I look over. It's a couch that has been pulled out by the pool that I didn't see before. So now I feel like I'm on the Truman Show. You know the Truman Show?
Yeah.
Like, this shit is scripted. Like, what the fuck? And I'm a king of the world. I'm regular P. Diddy shit. But then I look over after talking to her, and he's sitting back with the prince, jacking off.
Wait, jacking himself off?
Yes, like
sitting next to the prince?
Yes, like the prince, excuse me, I be burping. The prince, he always got bitches by him. Sometimes when we used to be out, King of Diamonds or whatever, he'll be like, Nia, come, he called me Nia, come sit by me. So it's always a bitch rubbing on his head, rubbing on his shoulders, floating his boat. I didn't have to do too much of that because I'm the singer. You know what I'm saying? And then there was certain girls that did certain things, and there was certain girls that were groupies. So while he's getting rubbed on, P. Diddy doing his own thing, looking at everybody that's in his party, including me. And then they called me over there.
So he's at a party where there's probably like 100+ women that he could sleep with, and instead he's furiously beating his meat on the couch in public, in view of everyone?
But if he could do whatever he wants, he's just jacking off at this time and put his dick back in his pants, and a bitch seem like she'll come over there, suck it. He'll go back in the house, do whatever, come back out, do a cartwheel. This nigga was doing...
You've seen like a random girl go over, suck him off for a little bit, and then just put it away?
That's what I was expecting if you got your dick out. But now I'm like, oh, he's doing this.
I feel like these dudes can't be busting too many nuts. Because when you tell me the story about Chris Brown fucking 6 girls like that, like, for sure he's not busting 6 nuts.
Yeah.
That's.
But you know how guys are, like, they'll keep going and going, like, I'm not about to nut, but we about to fuck.
Yeah.
I'm off a pill, or I'm off a perk. But they could fuck for a long time.
It makes me feel like I'm
hours.
too nut oriented. Because to me, it's like I'm not, like, we didn't even have sex unless I finish.
That's how I be feeling. And I be mad, like, you're not going to nut? I'm about to suck this motherfucker till the fucker come out.
So many times in my life, I've had a girl be like very, offended because I didn't finish or whatever.
That's me. And we're going to sit here till we finish, bro.
Really not so many times, but like a handful of times. Because normally I'm finishing.
Right.
Like when I used to do coke and shit, for sure, I'm furiously hammering away at it until I finish.
These niggas be coming up with excuses. Oh, I can't do it because of this. Oh, yeah. I got control. How much control do you got? But yeah, so when they called me over there, I walk over there. That's when he starts saying, have you got in my Team Love booth? So, because we can't use our phone, he said that we could go take pictures in his booth. So I got proof of that. I put that in my Snap. I also gave that to TMZ. And so I took those pictures. And then he's like, if you want any ice cream, I got a vending machine. Everything is free. And then he started whispering to the prince, like, I want her. Like, I want her. So that's when I started getting scared. Like, he want what?
Right.
Like, y'all playing too many games. Like, y'all whispering and shit. Me that has been getting bullshitted from YG to this, and the prince hasn't done anything. I haven't been to no studio, no nothing, but I just been partying. What y'all about to do? Then I want her. For what? You ain't even, whatever. The prince told you a lot about me, but what has he told about me? So then they have one of the girls ask, one of the models that was just like out of it. This bitch seemed like she took every drink up in there. And she was like, are you going to Cuba with us? And then they're like, the prince like, oh yeah, you're going to Cuba, right, Nia? And then Diddy's like, you're going to Cuba with us, right? You're going to Cuba, right? And I'm thinking like, Diddy, because everything is funny energy. I got to get up close to kind of hear what they're talking about and what they're saying. So I'm like, Cuba, yeah, I'm going to go. But I'm thinking like, I'm not about to go because why y'all just not telling me now?
I've been to Cuba. I don't really understand what the Puff is doing in Cuba. Now, granted, there's probably a lot of stuff going on in Cuba I don't know about, but it's not really like...
I said, when we going?
It's not
they
the most
said tomorrow.
glamorous place you've ever been.
They said tomorrow. Here we go with this tomorrow shit. That's what he did the last time. We're leaving tomorrow. It's always like a quick...
And that's what caused you to decide to get the fuck out.
And all I had to do was walk out that door in the car service that's waiting out there. You just hop up in there and you just say, take me back to the house because he's going to come back.
Okay, when you hear them talking about... Now, based on what you're saying, you seem very assured that there's some underage shit going on. What about the drugging? Do you believe that was part of it? Or does it seem like an environment in which girls are doing the amount of drugs that they want to do?
That was a part of it because for everybody to just be oblivious to all the facts and what's going on and so zoned out, they got to be off something. That's just not no regular shit now.
But do you think girls go to the party knowing they're going to kind of get drugged?
No, I don't think so. Okay. And then they're passing you so many drinks. Remember I told you it's a lot of waitresses. It was like 2 or 3 waitresses just walking around. You know, I seen a few people that seemed like they was kind of toe up. Oh, I seen, I'm not going to name everybody, but I will name Ty Dolla $ign.
What was he doing?
Walking around with a fishnet wife beater on.
What's wrong with that? I seen YG wearing one of them too.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with these niggas, man.
Fashion shit. You get rich, you start doing fashion shit, right?
Right.
I don't get it either. I'll be looking at some of them like, damn, you're way tougher than me. You dress like that.
Guess what about him, though? And I love Ty Dolla $ign, but, you know,
you about to call him zesty? What is this?
No, how he was acting at that party with me. No, not zesty. He was just like, hey, you. And then he was rubbing on me, too. Oh. And I'm like, you would have never did this in front of YG. Oh. And he can't lie because when I got back to LA, I look up on Instagram to try to hit him up like, maybe we cool now.
Right.
I'm blocked.
By Ty?
Yeah.
I mean.
So why you block me? Because you don't want to, because what? And then he the only one that be like, oh, you know, P. Diddy is good in my book. I motherfucking bet.
Wow. I mean.
Daddy, are you my baby? But, you know, I mean, am I your baby? Whatever she said. That's how I feel with these niggas. Like, they got certain ties with people where they like, no, this person has done so much for me. I would never go against them as they should.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So don't go against him, Ty. But I'm not going to lie about you rubbing on me. Shit. He should have rubbed on the fucking track with me.
Yeah. See? But I mean, hey.
He couldn't.
Dudes are horny and dudes want to make money. Making money with a female artist, more of a long-term proposition. Trying to get some pussy right then and there really only takes a couple minutes, in theory.
YG wouldn't have let that happen, though, because I couldn't do nothing with nobody without him popping up. I didn't even have to fuck him. He'll just be like, you at the studio? One time I was at a studio with T.I., and the security guard was like, is it a girl in here named Tanea? Yeah, YG said she got to go. I'm like, I tried to get away and get some connects that you won't do for me, and you got them coming up in here?
Wow.
So, yeah, whatever. So, I think Ty Dolla $ign was just kind of like, hey, you, like, I didn't know you was up in here. How did you get up in here? That's how he was looking. And I'm like, boy, I'm on now.
Okay, so you dip up out of there.
I get up out of there.
You go back to normal life?
No, I dip up out of there. I go to the place where I was staying at, the $30 million house with the prince. And when I called the police, I had them escort me out. I only got in through the car service because I didn't have the code to leave. I left. I ended up having... I guess they told the prince, like, this bitch is over here calling the police, doing all type of stuff. Like, you need to get her up out of here. They printed out a ticket. Somebody in that house printed out a ticket. And while I was talking to the police, swear to God, one of the maids came with a ticket. And my life is so crazy because I got to saying, oh, God, Jesus, please help me. I'm sorry. I know how I got here. Take me back. So they give me the pass or whatever for the plane. And I'm like, is this going to work? You know, like, this not abort. Like, is this going to work? They're like, yeah, take it to the airport. Your plane leaves later on tonight.
That's funny. Like, they knew you getting the fuck out of town was for the best. So they're just ready to buy a plane ticket at a moment's notice.
And get her up out of here, please. And so the police like, oh, yeah, now I can escort you out. I said, hold up. I still need $100 or something because I ain't got no type of money from being here. I came here broke because it was kind of like a bad week for me, hustler.
They give you $100?
No, they gave me $100 to fucking leave. And the police said that's more than enough. I get on the taxi, I get back home. I'm like, damn, what the fuck just happened? Did I almost get sex trafficked?
Right.
So I was in touch with this one girl because, by being in the house for that long, I ended up exchanging numbers with one of the girls. Mm-hmm. Couldn't find her Instagram. Her phone was off. And while we were there with the prince, he was trying to, you know how you could have AT&T or T-Mobile. He was trying to change our phone provider to his and give us iPads, trying to just knock us off the fucking map. Wow. So when I went to go do TMZ, the Diddy, Downfall Diddy, it comes out next month. They text me later on, one of the coworkers said that her friend said that Cuba is the only place where they don't stamp the passports all the time and people come up missing out there. That's why.
Wow. Okay. This is part of my thing. When I watched that interview clip with you, I was like, this is the most in-depth personal account that I've heard so far about what might have been going on at the Diddy parties. And this is someone who just saw a bunch of shit and you didn't even partake in it, which is kind of shocking because it's if this had really been going on for 10 years, there's probably thousands, maybe just hundreds, but for sure, many hundreds of women who are involved in this kind of thing. Not to mention, waiters and assistants.
Oh,
and
yeah.
all kinds of shit. Why do you think that we haven't heard any firsthand accounts? I guess besides the people who are actually suing or filing charges.
Because I wasn't even going to say anything. The first thing we think is he's Diddy. Who's going to believe
You're
us?
just scared? Did he get locked up and that made you want to do the software underbelly thing?
No, he got locked up and I had already I was talking about my life on Soft White Underbelly, and I was the reason why I stopped doing running plays and doing all this shit is because I almost got sex trafficked. And then I was we were dealing with a lot of people in the house, famous people's house. We ended up at P. Diddy's house, and I just felt sex trafficking from it. So I just said I ended up at P. Diddy's house, and that's it. I briefly talked about P. Diddy, not even a second more. And people were in the comments already did she say Diddy? She's lying. She ain't went to no Diddy house. Girl, please. If you got sex trafficked, you ain't ended up at Diddy's house. And then 2 years later, 2024, oh, voila. What I was talking about. Remember, I was lying, remember? So this is why people don't say nothing because first of all, you look like a liar. He has more money than you. If you call the police or say anything, then what? We're thinking he got enough money to say he didn't do it or cover it up but now it must have happened so much.
Yeah.
It must have happened so much for somebody with $1 billion. I don't know if it's because he's black or what.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane to think that somebody could just go from being a regular horny guy at one point in his life to needing more and more and more. And I kind of get that because I've definitely been through the thing of oh, you get sick of just one girl per night. And then all of a sudden you're I can get her to bring a friend.
And then what about the fetishes, the little people? What about little shit that
some other shit.
you want, But
you hear that. That's always the conspiracy is oh, rich dudes get rich and then they want to please themselves and their crazy sexual desires to the point where they start doing shit that's illegal, unethical, etc. But you don't usually hear many real examples with evidence.
You wouldn't even imagine what people's fetishes are. When I used to do Backpage, I got $2,900 for just putting my feet in a plate of Coke and shoving it up somebody's nose. While he talked about his fetish, which was jerking off, talking about he always wanted to have sex with a fat black girl on Section 8 that lives in the projects. And once he let me talk about her, once I let him talk about her, he said, just let me talk and listen. And he was, I'm like, what the? I never would have thought. So he said, can you find this type of girl? I said, I got them all day.
You want me to find a fat bitch?
How much you gonna give me for this? I will bring so many fat bitches up in here.
Get your whole school
He
bus
said, I
full.
wanted to have a little ponytail. I said, got him.
Wow, what the yeah.
And do a whole lot of it.
Holy
an awful lot of it. And he, he gave me my money. And the kids' Christmas was great.
Right. And I will say, just because you said off a lot of it, there would be a part of me that would be like more suspicious of some of your stories. But really, like, I've asked a lot of people about you over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Desto Dub, Brick Baby, etc. A lot of people, they'll be like, yeah, Tanea, cool. She's solid. You know? Like, and like normally when it comes to the crazy bitch category,
even if you do one thing, they be like, I remember this one time this bitch flipped out.
To get put into the crazy bitch category.
In the weird bitch category. Like, anything is weird for these people, right? But the reason why I'm so cool is because I've kept my composure knowing that I don't want them to have nothing on me. So I made sure my side life, even if I was fucking creeps or fucking tricks or whatever, I wasn't fucking them until I was fucking whoever. You get what I'm saying? So they would never know unless they seen that type of behavior if I told them.
Right.
And then, I keep it real for the most part, so people kind of probably respect that. Like, oh, she told me already.
Right. Okay, so you leave this whole fiasco with the Prince and the Diddy shit or whatever. You go back to the hood and decide to have kids with Snoopy Badass?
Man,
how's this work?
Man, the devil was after me again. He like, I couldn't get her that time. Let me try to get her this time. I said, God damn, I can't win for... So, I'm going into my own thing. I'm filming... Yeah, I already had like a series already, but I was filming a series on YouTube on my phone. And I go to a party, a club. I get invited there by Savvy Third, right? You know, they slide in your DM like, come to my VIP. Shout out him. And so I get there. I'm supposed to be backstage with him and Blueface because this was around that time. But because I want to film, I didn't want to be, instead of being backstage, I want to be in the crowd so I can get footage because I can't film these niggas backstage. So I wanted regular party goers type of footage, whatever. And I see Slim 400 walking through, He like, what's up, Tanea? Da-da-da. I'm like, what's up? We give each other a hug, da-da. I don't know that dude is there. He just looking the whole time. Some of the niggas in the entourage, oh, what's up? Put my number in your phone, sis. I'm like, for what? I'm trying to get a room with you tonight. Nigga, don't get at me like that. You got me fucked up. No. So I turned him down. This weird dude, your boy, end up, I guess, liking the fact that I'm turning all these niggas down. So he like, ooh, I want her. Because I get to have a one-up on these niggas.
I can relate to that.
So this is my future wife.
That's a lot, but okay.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
So now...
He's a very passionate guy.
Very.
Yeah.
So this motherfucker probably done manifested me, okay? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go look at my DM that night. Let's work. Mind you, I'm over the music. Too much has happened with this goddamn music. So I'm like, I'm not working on any music. Well, what you working on? Well, I'm working on films. I got a few pilots, ideas that I want to pitch. I'm working on something called Rapper Wife. Long story short, he like, all right, let's meet up. I look at the page. He hadn't went viral with the Whack 100 shit just yet. That happened like 2 weeks later.
Oh.
So he was just like pretty regular. I'm like, I could deal with him because he's a nobody. That's what I thought. And not nobody as a person, but nobody that nobody knows.
Right.
You're not tainted yet.
And what year are we talking? This is before he was on No Jumper and shit, right?
Yeah, this is before he was on No Jumper.
Yeah.
So this like the end of 2018, after the little shit and the Prince shit and Diddy shit. And so in the midst of us filming, I guess Wack tries to come for him. And I'm like, damn, all this shit is going on. He catching these fades. He doing all this stuff. Like,
this is the back-to-back fade era. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I hate it. And so, long story short, I'm like, I'm a pretty loyal person. Just because they're trying to blackball you or do whatever, I'm not going to stop talking to you because you ain't did nothing to me. That's where I fucked up at. Because not like I'm supposed to go off of somebody else's judgment of him, but I seen the signs right there. Like, just stop filming with this dude because he has a very strong, aggressive dangerous type of personality about himself.
But instead you had kids with him.
No, because he's like, bitch, you can't go nowhere. I'm like, we just filming. What? What the fuck? You done put me in this shit? What fucking Ice Cube say? I smoked a few joints with you, bitch. I don't owe Big fucking Worm now. I don't owe none of these niggas nothing just because, you're getting into it with them. But he's like, nah, I'm actually in this shit because of you. My homies and whoop, and because I'm fucking with you and doing stuff with you, my homies is against, blamed me for every fucking thing.
Is that accurate? Wack probably didn't even really know who you were, right?
Well, his homies that night, remember I turned them down and started talking, but why would you pursue somebody that your homies was trying to pursue too? Okay. Seems like to me you was in competition and you mad because your ass is not.
But the thing is, if you're Snoopy at that time and you know that Slim is feeling her, or YG was
Slim wasn't feeling me, it was another guy.
Okay, but all these dudes who have a lot of clout and are real factors, and you're like a lesser known dude, you want to make it, a lesser known dude who wants to make it loves the idea of being able to fuck with the bitches that the ballers got.
Right.
That's a huge deal. Once you're Chris Brown, whatever, that doesn't exist as much because you're kind of at the top of the ladder, but when you're kind of lower on the ladder, that's like the most tantalizing thing.
Absolutely. But this is where it becomes a problem. So you got the girl, right? How did you lose the girl? Because how did this girl come from being a loyal person who's understanding of your situation, whether it's dangerous or not? You started putting your hands on this girl.
And had you dealt with that before?
No.
No guy had ever beat you?
Out of all the gangbangers I done fucked with.
Really? Wow.
Out of all, I wasn't used to that shit.
Oh, shit.
I always got told, you too pretty for me to hit you.
That's nice, I guess.
That's what I used to say, like, they would let me hit them before they would hit me.
Okay.
Because I didn't hit a few guys. But see, like I said, the devil was after me. He was looking to break me some way, somehow. I was trying to, and this is where I was thirsty. I wanted to film so bad. Even when he put his hands on me, I was like, I could get over it, just don't do it again. But I will never have no relations with you, though. Thinking that I'm standing my ground, saying that I will never be your bitch. I will never. Good, I'm out of the girlfriend category. You can forget that. But we still gonna film, and we really gotta film now because you done put me through all this. Stupid logic. Right. But you live and you learn.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. And so he realized, like, we haven't f***ed yet. I'm going through all this. You might as well give me some pussy. And that's how you do. Might as well. Whoop. It ain't even like, I want you. It's, you have to give it to me because whatever he comes up with. So we're in the car in the back of his sister's house. And he took it.
He raped you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And as a black woman, don't nobody want to play no victim, but you took it. And then go say, when I tried to run, you got turned on because I had a thong on. And that's what made you want to fuck even more. Okay. So when I took my domestic violence classes and parenting classes, because he made me go through that by taking the kids, I learned that the play that he does is in the category of domestic violence. It's called forceful play sex, some shit like that.
Okay.
Where they act like they choking you, they act like they really aggressive.
They try to act like it's kind of a joke.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
Wow.
Like it's a joke. And so, laugh about it. And so, I get pregnant once. I run from you the whole time. You want to see the baby, I feel kind of bad.
Wait, you're saying the baby was a product of that assault?
Yes. And we always say, we could count on one hand how many times we had sex. With the kids that we have, it should be multiple. The way I like to, because I'm a Scorpio and I'm just passionate, there's no way. My niggas know I'm fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. And if not, I'm mad as fuck. Okay. If you tell me we gotta use a condom, I'm
So, but when this alleged first assault happens, I should probably say alleged for legal reasons. Not saying I doubt you or anything, but
yeah,
that doesn't necessarily drive you away from him. Does your brain start to kind of like recontextualize this?
I was when I say running, I had to deal with a lot of stuff. So I have a series called Surviving the Gangster, because when I did be around him, I would be recording him because that was like my diary of what's really going on. It went from rapper wife to surviving a gangster now. And I'm reenacting without him even knowing. He's so full of himself like a narcissist. He's not noticing I'm filming you and we're reenacting something that happened a few weeks ago. But because you want to be on camera so bad, you're not even notice what character you're playing. You're playing yourself.
You spent a lot of time around a lot of gangsters, though. Does Snoopy give you that vibe? Because there's always people trying to discredit him.
Hell no. All the gangsters I know, they don't want you saying nothing about them. Everything is a fucking secret. They don't talk too much. They mad if you say too much. He's the total opposite. And mind you, I wasn't pursuing, looking for, oh yeah, you my gangster. I wanted to create with you. So when C-Mac came around, that's when I finally got something that I could create with, because that was more so the person, somebody who could make me laugh, who could make me smile, and who would give me compliments all day, because I just came from the YG situation, the South African situation. So I need a man that's going to sit here and protect me for real.
Okay, but...
not harm me.
So you have one kid with Snoopy? Or more, right? Because like... he used to say that there was multiple kids, but then at one point he also said like, "Oh, she was lying. Those weren't really my kids. She deceived me."
And that's, but the thing is, how would he know he deceived? I think he said something about he got a DNA test. No, he didn't, because if he got a DNA test, they wouldn't have gave the kids to him in court. If you're not the father, how did you get my kids for 4 and 5 months before I got them? He plays a lot of games.
Wow.
He's supposed to be picking them up every weekend too, and he don't even do that. But have I pressed the issue? No, I just want the courts to see. Look what you're not doing.
Damn.
I need a break, and I'm pregnant now. But you don't want me to have time with my other baby daddy, so you trying to make sure I'm suited and booted up with kids? While you out there...
Do you think he got like a thrill out of giving you these kids so that it would be harder for you to run around with other dudes?
And he thought it was going to stop me, baby. It made me want to fuck niggas even more.
Oh my God.
You trying to put a hold on this pussy? Can't get a
I'm gonna
hold
show
on
you.
me. But
I'm fucking everybody.
not even everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. Because you beat me. You played me. You basically was like, eat the cake, anime, eat the cake. Mad that I don't want to do songs with you. Because why would I do songs with somebody who put their hands on me? And then 2, I would feel for you because I would get pregnant. And then you'll come around. Because I'll let you come around. And I'll be like, okay, let's see if he going to be on my baby. The nigga like, I was going through your Instagram and I see you followed huh? And you like this picture. Oh, I took a screenshot on this day. It's like you just been waiting to just drill me. Baby crying. Hello? The baby, remember her?
No.
And it's like, you know, you lost your mother and your father. So I'm like, I know you want some type of family. So I don't want to keep anything that got something to do with you away from you. Finally, somebody who want to be around, I'm letting you, but you don't want to be around because your actions is not showing that. Oh, and the devil cold. When he would come around, you know how he was always, he's always like on the internet, some type of controversy. Somebody had just put out a blog on him. You see what the fuck they said about me? No, I haven't been seeing. Yeah, you do. You probably fuck with them niggas. Now his mind is hallucinated. Now he's back to the domestic violence. Now the home that I've been hiding from him in, you're ramshacking my place. You're kicking the door down. One time in the middle of the night, I guess YG made a song with Mozzie, an album or something, an EP.
Right, yeah.
And he's knocking, banging on my door. Mind you, where I live at, on the east side, if somebody, you could get hurt. I'm living damn near in the main streets. You get what I'm saying?
Not a place where it would be normal for
You can't be doing this, bro.
Right.
We are in South Central. This ain't, where he from? IE. This ain't that.
Right. If somebody who's not from there is showing up tripping,
yeah,
it could be bad.
And if something happened to you, Tanea, all in the fucking hallway, my kids asleep. You doing this in front of everybody, bro. And he like, I just want to know, is YG talking about you on this song?
Oh, really? He just
It's
listened
3
to it
o'clock
right
in
away?
the morning, bro. And you done fucking, like, are you smarter than the
You
fifth
think he
grader?
was? I don't know what the song is, but
No,
No?
he wasn't talking about me. He was
Oh.
like something about Hollywood or something, I think. But he, after that line, he followed it with, I fucked your bitch. I da 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 da. He not talking about me. He probably talking about and sometimes rap you know, it's not necessarily what happened. It just sounds good.
Right, yeah.
Disrespect.
As a rapper, I completely understand.
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this nigga on some Tupac shit, hit him up type shit. YG on that song. But for you to act like that, impulsive, is why I just don't want nothing to do with you. And it's so crazy how you was not worried about the kids until I popped up with C-Mac. And now you popped the f*** up.
But the C-Mac thing was like 2 years ago or some shit, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's been 2 years already?
It might be like a year and a half or something.
Yeah, a year and a half.
But I remember, like, when we were booking Snoopy to do podcasts and stuff, like, it would be kind of weird to realize, like,
that shit was last year, 2023.
Oh, okay. But he was like, it would take a while to like schedule him because it would seem like he actually was spending a lot of time taking care of his kids.
He don't even know them kids' names. When he was screaming their names, he had to ask the neighbor, like, you know how grandmas and grandpas be like, wooty woo, wooty woo, wooty woo. And they be like, what's her name? That's what he was doing for one of the kids. He don't know.
Oh, shit.
And then I heard that he got other kids. My daughter just turned 5. And she said, Mom, she called him Snoopy Badass. She don't call him Dad. She said, Mom, Snoopy Badass got a wife and another kid or something like that.
Wow.
I said, because I seen him on something, on Rockstar's page, like him slipping in Arizona or some shit with the manager. So look.
Slipping? What do you mean?
Like, I guess when he got to Arizona, he was supposed to let niggas know, like, check in. Like, when you in Arizona, niggas want that fade, period.
Oh.
So you walking around looking like a goof and you ain't seen these motherfucking kids like you told mediation. We have to come up with a mediation. It's crazy. Like, and he was supposed to come and see the kids. I ain't gonna disclose who he told me not to be around, but that too. Like, how you got a list of names of who you don't want me around? Don't worry, your kids won't be around. Trust me.
Is that
it's gonna be a whole lot of shit going on where kids don't need to be around.
That's your only famous-ish baby daddy? Who else? I don't know. I'm just wondering. You're looking at me like I know, but I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you off camera.
just tell me right now. I'll believe it. I'll believe it if you want.
No.
No, for real. You can trust me. I'll believe it.
You tricky.
Hand on my heart. I'll believe it.
Boy!
What? Okay. You don't gotta tell me. Okay. After that. And also, do you just not talk to him anymore? You try to avoid him completely, or do you still have anything to do with each other?
No, I don't have nothing to do with him. And he haven't got these kids. After he got my kids taken from dealing with C-Mac, I don't want nothing to do with that dude.
Okay.
C-Mac he had nothing to do with that.
Your kids got taken by CPS because of shit he was saying?
Yeah.
So what's that like? They just show up and do an assessment of the house or what?
Yeah, they tried to do an assessment, but because I had left after he pulled up that one day acting crazy. See, y'all didn't see that video until the kids got taken.
Okay.
But after that happened, I was like, I don't need to be there no more. So that's where CPS came looking for me. So they're thinking that I'm running from them and I'm really running from him. So I told them, like, no, I fleed him, not you guys. So then they put out a warrant. Like, you have to surrender us your kids. So when I surrendered the kids, they went with a foster mother at first until the dad has a place to stay. So we have to wait on this nigga to get a place to stay.
Oh, really? Wow.
And I'm like, excuse me, you doing all that? You ain't even got nowhere for these kids to go? So you cool with just letting them get thrown into the foster care system without you having your shit together? Okay, go off. So I had to, on the back end, complete my parenting classes. And that's like 20 to 25 weeks. That's about 5 months already. So while I'm doing all of that, I'm also looking for housing because you can't be at that location where it occurred. And he was saying a whole bunch of allegations. Oh, this is what's going on there. And which wasn't true. So at the end of the day, I had to break up with C-Mac because I needed to focus on my kids.
Okay, let's talk about that. So I've heard 2 different narratives about what happened with you and Crip Mac. Option A, you actually fell in love with a hoodster. Option B, China Mac was managing your music career and this was all his divine plan to make you blow up by pairing you with Crip Mac to do music together. And that then it all just like exploded a week later and the video got taken down, etc.?
No, I actually was, the hood still was falling in love with me.
Right.
And I was allowing it, like, if you want to love me, come on.
But the China Mac thing is true?
The China Mac thing isn't true. He came along the way.
Okay. But you already were kicking it with Crip Mac.
Yeah.
How'd you start talking to him in the first place?
Because I followed him like a few years before we started talking, just, you know, on the internet.
Most viral guy in LA?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's coming down my timeline. The algorithm shuffled him in my timeline. Mm-hmm. He has these $100 features. You know how he does. So I said...
Might be $55 now.
Okay. And so I hit him up. And the reason why is because I'm thinking, like, let me get back into the music. I don't even know why. I think I was writing again, like in my journal. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need to get back into music. The first thing I thought was maybe he has access to a good studio because he's viral. Mm-hmm. Or he has the money.
Little did you know.
Little did I know. When I pulled up to him, I did the song. And then, because I needed to see, like, how was it going to go? He was like, no, we don't do it in person. I said, okay, that's fine, too. So I was just going to tuck that feature and put it with other music, me working on the EP. Mm-hmm. I didn't think nothing of it. So after he did it, a few days later, he's like, hey, I was looking at your page and you got a fat, juicy ass. Like, I'm like, what? He's like, can you come meet up with me and dance for me? I'm like, are you going to pay me? He like, man, I got money, cuz. Like, it's nothing. I'm like, okay. I was standing him up for like a week. And he'll tell you this too. Until he, not text me on the phone, but on Instagram, he say, fuck it then, cuz. You know, because he be going off. None of y'all bitches got to come. I said, damn, how many bitches did you ask to come? He's like, a lot of you. I said, okay, well, I'll come because you did say you was going to pay me. So I get there. After that, as soon as I get there, he's like, it's a little bit late. Can you spend a night? I'm like, okay. We wake up. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go early. He like, no, can we go to breakfast? I said, okay, we could go to breakfast. We go to breakfast real quick. And I'm recording already, but he's telling me, record me, use my phone, record this. And he told me to act out a part. He said, this part is in the movie Life. Something about, this is a large $100 bill, whatever. And that is one of his most popular videos on his channel right now. Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, if you go to popular videos, it's right at the top. So we did that for 1 minute. We leave. When we're at the valet, my car, you know, I'm riding luxury. He like, you got a nice car? I'm like, yeah, you know, I got a Benz truck. Da, da, da. He like, you'll be perfect for me in my whole image. Like, I need a girl. So he was like, matter of fact.
He was right. That would have been good, yeah.
Right. He was like, and matter of fact, he was like, I want this valet lady to take a picture of us. Mm-hmm. So we took a picture. And then I said, don't post that, because I already knew that people be trolling my page. Like, so I'm like, okay, don't post it. I promise. Right hand up to God, I said, don't post it. I mentioned in my story as soon as I drop him off. He tell me drop him off on 55th Street. I did just that. An hour later, I'm getting mentioned. He like, yeah, I was thinking, we do look good together. So I said, but what did I tell you? Wait till I get to know you a little bit more or whatever. He was like, nah, I think we need to take control of this right now. Like,
he doesn't like waiting.
This is good. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I don't wait on shit, cuz.
He's very impulsive, yeah.
So that's what happened. And once I shared it, I'm already in the house. And that dude pops up.
China Mac?
No.
Oh. Snoopy?
Yeah.
He shows up while Crip Mac is at your crib?
No, Crip Mac never went to my crib. Remember, I dropped him off at 55th Street?
Okay.
And then when I met up with him, he like gets these nice, luxurious rooms. I'm talking about his rooms. I don't know, like, yeah, he's at the extended stay sometimes, but sometimes like China Mac will just book him some old. The rooms would be like $700, $800.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know for what, but
and people would always wonder like how he would be kind of constantly seeming like he needed money on a story. And it's like, yeah, because he's not spending money intelligently. Like a normal person, if you've only got $1,000, you're going to try to make it stretch.
He's
not thinking like that.
No, his Cameo used to be filled with a lot of money.
Yeah.
His Cash App stayed with a lot of money in it. All he spends his money on is beer. Mm. So he don't really.
But he would be like Ubering girls around. There would always be something.
But you know what?
Because when we would go to pay him, it would just become clear, like, oh, he needs this money now.
No, for real, because that's how he make it.
Yeah.
And really, it's like he'll go broke sometimes. I'm like, how'd you go broke? And then he'll be up another 15,000, another 20,000 really quick. I'm like, how did you get this money? He'll show me. So I respected him because he was a ladies' man. So then I thought that I got everything squared away. But it was more allegations coming on me. You know when I got back with them. I'm thinking, I got my kids straight. Everything is cool. I got back with C-Mac in November. And C-Mac was like, let's start an OnlyFans. But I reneged on it because he wanted to bust my coochie and open. And I said, no, I can't.
You just didn't want to do that on camera? You didn't want to do it with him, or?
I didn't want to do it with him. And I didn't want to do it. And I know how he throws away girls. Like, am I going to really benefit from this? Like, no.
Yeah, once you get your CNL busted open by Crip Mac, for sure that probably is going to close the door on some other opportunities.
And I didn't like that.
Which, not to say it should, but we live in a closed-minded world, and it seems like that would be possible.
I said the only time I'm doing something like that is with Adam and Lena. Because you guys are already in that industry. It seems like you will treat, I've seen how you treat all of the people on Plug Talk. Not like that, but like, if you're going to do it, then do it.
It's all business.
Yeah. I don't need nobody.
What was the sex with Crip Mac like, though? Intense? Constant?
No, Crip Mac's like, he likes to jack off. He tells me he's a jack off artist.
Likes to eat ass, too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's his favorite.
So he would just want to jerk off and do that?
And just blow air in your ass. And I'm like, bro.
Blow air into it?
Yes, and that's uncomfortable because I'm like, what the I'm not trying to
die from that, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you fucking doing? This don't even feel right.
I don't think he would be able to put enough air into that to give you like a air bubble in your blood flow, but I think you can die from that. Because when I was in high school, there was a kid who used to take the compressed air thing in the wood shop. Like
and put it up his...
Yes. Because he'd think it was funny that he would fart. And then I remember one time he did and his asshole bled.
Oh.
Yeah, we were doing some weird shit. I never did it, but...
Wow. Yeah, he has the iPhone in one hand, Pornhub. Then he's jacking off, and he just wants me to like bend over, shake my ass, do little stuff like that.
So he doesn't want to fuck?
No, he don't care about that. He got to take honeycombs and all type of shit to honey packs, whatever the fuck.
Honeycomb?
Yeah, like
a bear.
So you know how we was talking about how niggas be off shit?
Yeah.
Like, I need a nigga that can go, like you saying, that can nut.
Right.
I don't have time for
Oh
bullshit.
my God, what a great man. Don't you still kind of love him though?
No, his mom even yeah, I do. And his mom follows me too.
Right, Mama Bear, she's great.
She just followed me in August, and she tells me, good luck on your pregnancy, and it's not even his.
She's
in
a
your
sweetheart.
career.
Yeah, she's super
sweetheart.
nice, yeah.
She is super nice.
Granny
She
Bear,
said,
too.
I wish I like her too. The mom said, I wish I would have had the chance to meet you, because we would just talk on FaceTime, on the phone, on C-Mac's phone. So, you know, like, people know I'm a good person. Things happen. I never really disrespected anyone. If anything, I don't know why, unfortunately, I would let them disrespect me first before I really go in. Like, okay, I had enough.
Is there part of you that wishes that you had Crip Mac's baby? Because I feel like you're kind of out here collecting infinity stones, and now that's a pretty good one.
Oh,
that's a good accomplishment.
You think that's a good accomplishment? No. Because the way he talks so much shit about me publicly.
Because he did.
This nigga done said I was on fentanyl and everything. I said, what the f?
He switched from loving you to hating you pretty quickly there.
Because when I have to leave these guys, and I had to go for my kids. I had to, you know, C-Mac, you got to be at his beck and call. He's very, very demanding. He will switch shit up. Everything is cool when I'm with him, but the minute I got to go and be a mom, this is real shit. Like, I can't hang out for 3 and 4 days at a time unless we making so much money to where I got a nanny on site. And that's what I plan to do.
And so, okay, you guys were genuinely seeing each other, and then China Mac gets involved. And was it his idea for you guys to do that music video that got taken down?
No, that was C-Mac's idea.
Okay.
And it's still on my channel.
Well, okay.
He took it down and he put it back up. All he do is archive it. He get mad and pull stunts. Like, for real. Like, he be trying to break up with people, and then please come back, and then he'll be like, you broke sitch. You know what I'm saying?
Was it kind of weird because, like, obviously you are from a blood area. You've been affiliated with a lot of blood rappers.
That was on my head.
Yeah,
they was like, you a Crip now?
Yeah.
Bitch, you ain't never did this for us.
That's what some
you
of us
should have
were
been
saying,
from the hood. Like,
whoa,
they were getting at me like that.
She's
Like,
a Crip.
girl.
Wow.
They was like, you talking with C's and
falling in love with a hood still.
A real cut. He is here, find me. Like, all of this stuff you're saying is
I haven't
insane.
listened to the song in a minute, but it is so crazy. Just like the shit that you're saying.
I'm
it's
like,
such a serious delivery. And you're talking about falling in love with Crip Mac, and it's just so funny.
But you know what? When you're coming from all of this hurt, Crip Mac at that time, I needed that.
Because he's a big, strong grizzly bear of a man.
And he was on me like, this is my girl Tanea. Well, all of these other niggas would try to hide me. They wouldn't. So I was actually liking it like, am I falling in love with a husband for real?
You probably were the best looking chick that he ever got with. I'm going to go out on a limb.
Thank you. Well, they say that
I don't know who the rest of them were. I'm just going to assume, from what I've been told, it doesn't. I'm assuming he was kind of just doing whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, here's another narrative that I just wanted to discuss. So, I'm watching you on Soft White Underbelly back in the day, a couple years ago or whatever, and I'm hearing you talk about having a daughter or whatever. I forget how I like put all the pieces together on this, but then I see another interview, and I didn't watch this interview because the title was very disturbing to me, but it was something like 13-year-old prostitute. And I was pretty shocked that Mark would interview a 13-year-old prostitute. Although I guess that's kind of what he does. He tells the most grisly stories possible. And then I don't think I ever clicked on it because it was kind of a disturbing concept. But then I start to realize that's your daughter.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell you how God works. Let me tell you how God works.
Okay.
When you have somebody like a Snoopy trying to come and destroy you, right?
But that's not his kid, right?
It's not his kid at all. But when he was doing what he was doing, beating me, doing all this stuff, it was in front, trying to be in front of my daughter. Let me not say in front, because how he would do it, God is always protecting me because he knows what I've been through. Mm-hmm. So when it's somebody that's intentionally trying to destroy what you have, whether that's motherhood, a career, an image, God is not going to let it happen. It may be foreign, but it won't prosper. So what happened was he would try to pull a stunt, Snoopy, in front of my daughter on the phone, even told her certain things. Oh, your mom don't love you, which caused a division in me and my daughter's relationship. Because she's like, Mom, why are you dealing with this shit? And also, I don't feel comfortable with being at this house when every time I look up, the door is getting knocked down. I want to go to my friend's house. Now I'm about to run away. You're not doing what you're doing no more. You're not being a singer no more. I thought I had the mom that was going to motivate me to be the best that I can be. But since we're broke now and you're getting battered now, I want to go to my homegirl house. And I ran away. And I'm listening to everybody else who doesn't like my mom. I'm running into my mom's enemies. I'm letting people get into my ear. And I see my mom on Soft White Underbelly. I want to go on Soft White Underbelly too.
So you didn't approve that or anything?
Hell no.
Right.
She was ran away missing at that time. So what saved my ass was, as a parent, I reported every time she ran away, which was about 5 times. So that saved me. Snoopy also said that I was her pimp and that I had her out there. So that saved me that she had that interview, because now it shows how can her mom be pimping her and she's missing, but she has an interview. Obviously, a lot of people are involved. It's not just the mom. The mom has no control when what people don't know is it saves your ass because it lets you know if I report my daughter missing, that means that I can't control her anyway. So whatever happens out of my control is not my fault. So if somebody like a Snoopy or some random ass person says she's not being a good mom, how so? And she's not in the household. Now, if she's beating her in the household, that's different. If she's neglecting her while in the household, that's different. But it's not neglect if she's outside. So.
And you just felt totally powerless to stop her from living that way?
Not totally powerless. I talked to her. I did the best that I could do. But then I realized, like, I know how kids are. I was once a kid. You have to wait until they're ready. If you try to keep barging into them, and this is what I learned in parenting classes too, the best thing is not forcing them to do nothing that they don't want to. Let them experience whatever, but always be there for them with open arms if they do call you. Don't leave them out there. But as far as looking for them. I mean, of course I looked for her, but she wasn't there every single time.
But at a certain point, if your kid is involved in something that dangerous at such a young age, I mean.
And that's how I found out. I did not know until that interview. So she went from a runaway to that. It escalated to that because while you're running away, you're running into different people that is influencing you. So if I run away at 15, I will go from stealing because I'm with this homegirl that steals. I will go to smoking because I'm with this homegirl that smoke. Now I'm fucking because my best friend just lost her virginity. Now I run into a prostitute that's like, you want some money? And I'm hungry because I haven't been going home. So it's like, well, what do I got to do? Well, you know, my mom is who she is. You gonna have to hide me. So I've heard a lot of the times when she went out on the blade, her friends would be out on the blade, but she'll be in the car. Or she'll be hiding, running. In a clip that we seen, she was running. She seen a camera and she ran and almost fell in her heels.
Running from the camera, not running away from the actual situation.
Oh no, because she was trying to get her money.
Whoa. I mean, it seems like you have a cool relationship with Mark from Software and Underbelly. Do you resent him at all for putting her on camera like that?
I resented him at first, but I also needed that to show the courts this is what's going on.
Right.
And people are accepting this sob story and people are accepting this. So don't run down on me because I'm not accepting it. I'm the only one who's not. But when you got an army who's provoking it, accepting it, entertaining it.
Who's the army? Just all the people who are pimping and other girls and
the comments. Oh, I feel so sorry for her. Or who will believe her stories, or people who will harbor the minor without calling the adult. Like nobody never once said, who is this girl's mom? What are you doing here? I need to talk to someone. No, because they go with the story. So they're just condoning it in a sense.
So as far as you know, she's still living the same way or?
Hell no, because what I did was I got involved. I blew it up. And what my plan was to make her so viral, she was going to make herself viral. But with me with the cherry on the top, made her uncomfortable to even be on the blade. My mama done already busted me. Y'all know my mama. She done made me viral. So, and then it was kind of hard finding her. And then also, while she was being bad, I started messing with C-Mac. Did X4's music video. I know how to get my baby to call.
You did a video with X4? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh. It's called Pop It.
Oh.
And it was right after I broke up with C-Mac the first time before I got with him again. So he was trolling a little bit, doing the C-Mac dance behind me. I'm like, boy. And who called? My daughter. Mom, I just seen you in X4 video. It's X4 video. Ah!
She thought it was tight. Oh my God.
So now I'm a hero again. Oh, Mom, I can't believe you're messing with 5'5". She even was on her story like, Mom, I would stop doing what I'm doing if you stop talking to him. Kid shit, looking for the attention.
Right.
Teenager shit.
So where's she at now?
She's safe. She's not on the blade anymore.
Okay.
We talk all the time. I just talked to her this morning. Now, the situation right now, my case is closed already. Period. It just closed.
Your case in terms of dealing with her?
No, with the children's services stuff.
Oh, okay.
And we have, family unification helping us with her whereabouts because she had to go to placement. And, she had to basically turn herself in and do all these things or whatever. And that's where we're at right now. Just her getting back into society, coming from the viralness, the separation in the family, relocation, everything that's just new, the new baby that's going on. So it's a lot. It's a lot that I deal with that. But I mean, I'm used to it now. At first, I was totally confused. Like, what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I call? But it was a blessing. Even the children's services, it was a blessing because it kept the Snoopy away from me. It divided my family and let me know what I needed to do as a mother and a parent. It aligned some things for me. I lost some things, but then I gained some things. And now I know.
It's crazy because it's bad enough to be, 13, 14, whatever, selling pussy. It's another thing to have there be a video of you talking about it on the internet so that for the rest of your life, people are going to be able to go back to
Right.
that.
And I tell her all the time, don't be ashamed of what you do either. Because you did that for a reason, but you're going to have to make it make sense since you did it. You're going to have to make it make sense. You don't live with no regrets. Not
She's still in school?
homeschool.
Oh, okay.
So we want her to go to a regular school, but we just want to get a little bit more, how can I say it? Because this shit'll break you down. Yeah. It'll break you down, like along with confidence. Like she's in therapy. I'm in therapy. And so, but she wouldn't tell nobody that. That's not a cool thing to do. But me as a mom and what I've been through, I was always a cool kid, and I want her to be a cool kid too, but I want her mind to be cool too.
Right.
So I don't think she's embarrassed. I think if she had a different parent, she would probably be, but not with a parent like me. I'm gonna love the child that I have and not the child that I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It
is crazy how, like, in my mind, if you're 18, 19 and you want to go sell on the street, that's your business. But a young kid doing it. It ain't cool, because if you're young, that shit will traumatize you without you even knowing. Yeah, I mean, you're just not capable of, like, even an 18 or 19-year-old girl making that decision. Come on. I mean, you're probably on drugs. You're probably got some dude putting crazy-ass ideas into your head. But it gets glamorized these days. Like, okay, it's a lot of minors on the blade right now. And that's why they're shutting it down or attempting to, right? Because that's what I'm saying. The government, police, feds, I don't know. I kind of thought that they passed that law. That's why they don't care. I thought that Biden did something. Well, I just saw like a press conference where they were talking about how they had reports of 50 or 100 different underage girls that they caught doing it on there, and that's why they were trying to clean Fig up and everything. I just seen that a few months ago, right? If they clean up Fig, it's just going somewhere else, right? It's like a matter of months or weeks until there's a new hot spot where everybody's going to be at, right? Yeah, yeah. So the underage thing is, how are you guys going to stop that? Because that's when I interviewed some escort or streetwalker type chick like back in the day who told me that really is like the one rule that, according to her, people actually respect is don't let anybody underage be on this block, because that's going to fuck it up for everybody, which makes sense. Oh, yeah. And she was really saying that like the cops will let the grown-ass women do whatever the fuck they want, but then when they see a girl who looks like she's 16, they'll step in. I've heard that too. But apparently plenty get through the net, because they said that they had like 100 reports of all these different, I don't know over what time period that was or whatever, but you could imagine probably plenty of that shit going on. Right. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, it's sad. Hopefully she gets up out of that situation. Well, she's up out of the situation, but out of that. Long term. Yeah, long term in that box. Because at some point she's going to be 18, 19, and it's going to be a lot harder to stop her, right? Yeah. It's going to be a lot harder to get her to be enthusiastic about life, because you done everything. That's what I'm worried about. Right. Not about stopping her, because when you're grown, I can't stop you. But whatever I could stop right now, I want to mold her, which I am doing, to have a different perspective on things and make something out of any negative. I'm not trying to praise a child, but I'm telling you, taking those parenting classes changed me, because I would have been a different parent if I wouldn't have took those classes. I would have just been probably on her neck, making her feel bad about herself. I low-key have to give her props for not being dead right now and obviously making somewhat good decisions, because she could have been like, I don't care if my mom is looking for me, I'm still about to be on this blade. So I could give her that by getting off the blade. Yeah, for sure. I mean, hey, people come from fucked up circumstances and then they. So thanks a lot, Snoopy, for making my goddamn daughter go on the damn blade, because weren't you pushing a narrative that he was what, like he authorized her Cash App? This is all the things. It reminds me of my dad, how he tried to get back at my mom and did that shit. If he wasn't gonna actually do nothing with her, because he probably like, oh, I got a bitch that's about to expose me if I do this. But what I can do is fuck with her head a little bit. My daughter. Authorize her Cash App, because when you're 13, you have to get it authorized by somebody 18 or over. It got authorized by Killer Ink Records. Right. And she showed me proof. Okay. Then he's always sending her stuff. Oh, I'm going to expose you and your mom today, and we'll have my picture of my OnlyFans on one side, a picture of her. She said, maybe he's one of the ones that I scammed for content. scammed? Like
these kids scam people. She's like, Mom, I'm not going to send no content, but because they know I'm underage, they hit me up and ask for content, and I wouldn't dare have nothing of me. So if they want to, so these people hit her up.
Wow, that's crazy.
And they'll be in jail soon because she a little kid that spill all the beans. She, you know, she won't tell me now, but she'll just randomly, you know how kids are, Mom, hey, they figure, oh, it's a year or 3 months have gone by, I won't get in trouble. Uh-huh. Oh, Mom, guess what? What? You know such and such, he's your age. Yeah, he tried to date me.
I wonder if that's enough for the cops to actually be able to throw somebody in jail.
They will. All they need is for her to say something.
Really? Okay.
It's not about the parent. It's about her.
Because sometimes I see that they do the stings or whatever using like different dating apps, and it like I'll hear about how they're not even able to lock those dudes up when they have because
they're not going to victim. It's crazy. They call them. They don't want to victimize them. I mean, but just like when I was young. When my mom was like, you need to say what happened with your dad. If I would have been like, no, I'm not doing it, he wouldn't have went to jail.
Right.
You can't go off of what the mom said or even what you've seen. Right. You need them to actually.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, vibe shift. You said that you want to do plug talk. Mm-hmm. Presumably not right now while you're pregnant, or is that part of it?
It just depends on, you know, some people like that.
I'm going to be real with you. I never even presented the case to my girl, because my girl, her attitude is kind of like, we should only work with like top level porn stars, or at least girls who are like really in the industry. She never wants to be the one like bringing a girl into the industry for the first time. And also, if I were to have said to her like, yo, this girl's dope, she's cute, she's funny, she's Snoopy Badass's baby mama.
I don't
she
like
used
that.
To date Crip
Why would
Mac.
you even say that?
Right, but if I did, my girl would probably be like, well, I don't even think she knows what Snoopy Badass is, but
what the freak?
The Crip Mac thing, if I said like she used to date Crip Mac, my girl for sure would be like, I don't know.
Then you don't need to say that.
Okay.
First of all, no, don't bring these.
She was signed to YG. Boom. That sounds good.
She's been in the hot tub with Chris Brown. She's been to the Diddy party. See, now the real me is coming out. That's the back end. That ain't nothing but the goddamn devil. Now, the real me that people tried to sweep under the rug, oh, God brought me back out, baby. That's what I'm saying. When you're viral, you're viral. Just because I'm a humble person and I'll just gracefully do whatever I do. But that don't mean that I'm not interested in the top notch. I am top notch.
Wait, what was Crip Mac watching on Pornhub while he was eating your ass and jerking off?
He was watching Girl on Girl. Like
what?
Yeah.
You got a girl right in front of you.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. But I was happy. Yeah, I was just happy that I didn't have to, you know, really
do much.
Nothing.
Just chill out and get your ass eaten.
Just exactly.
That doesn't sound too bad. What so like you've never thought about doing porn. It's just like us.
I have thought
it's
about
so alluring.
This is like, my thing. It wasn't accepted. And at the end of the day, people have always said, I think you would, you know, be good doing that. And I'm like, really? They say that I have a sex operator. I'm kind of hoarse a little bit, but a sex operator type of voice, number one.
I could see that.
Then they know I do the body rubs. Then they know I have this like sex appeal, you know, when I want. But at the end of the day, when they try to play me like a hoe, I'm like, no, what I really am is I'm like a pleaser too. So I belong in that world.
The question is, well, I mean, really, I feel like for a normal girl, I feel like there would be a lot of questions. Are you cool with this? Are you cool with that? It feels like you would be cool with the repercussions. A lot of girls aren't really ready for the fact that like there will be a Facebook thread on, you know, somebody that you went to high school with. They're going to have a Facebook thread about you doing porn, and you're going to like have to go look at it, and you're going to see like 100 people you went to high school with all shitting on you. That's the kind of thing that I describe to like a girl who wants to get into the industry. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I feel like we're kind of
That's what made me want to say, you know what? I'm going to go all in. And I'm just going to tell my kids, don't look at it. Do not look at it. And but everybody else, look at it. Look and see what you guys, you know, been missing or what you guys been dreaming about. And they're calling me a vixen because of all of the stories that I know and what I've done with. It's been a few people on your show, stories about them, good stories, but I won't say it.
Okay.
But they love me.
I want to bring you with us to like one of these Halloween porn industry parties. You got to come with us.
Take me.
Because I just want to see you in that environment. I think it would be invaluable.
Yeah, I like that.
We got to find out how you perform in that sort of room.
We could start there, and then you could just make your decision from there.
If you fade one of the girls at the party, that could be an issue.
Fight? Fight them?
I don't know what your temperature is going to be.
No, my temperature is not going to be that. First of all, I already know what I'm on. You know how people say I'm a lover and not a fighter? Yeah, I may be feisty or whatever, but like, come on, I'm not just fighting bitches at a goddamn. That's what I'm saying. Like, they need to see a different side of me because they look at me like.
So wait, the baby daddy this time around, is he super involved? Are you in love?
He just called me before I came. I was walking in the door and he called me.
He's a free man? Or is he locked up?
He's a free man.
Okay. And what, are you dating? It's up in the air? Or no? Which?
We doing our thing, baby.
He's doing his thing, you're doing your thing, but you're going to co-parent.
Yeah.
Did you think about terminating the pregnancy? Or is
yeah,
that's not
times.
Your style?
A few times, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep this one.
Okay.
Because I be terminating shit. I just terminated one in January.
Oh, you do? How many A-bombs you had?
Whew.
Hey, I'm all for it, man. I'm sorry. You got 6?
Baby.
Putting up King Von numbers.
Period.
God damn. It's like the inverse, though. You're bringing lives into the world.
And they coming out the coochie.
Every single one?
Every single one of them.
Wow, really?
Dropping them like.
Like nothing. It don't even hurt anymore?
They just slide right out at this point.
Shut the f*** up.
But
really?
you know what?
My girl had a C-section for ours.
Oh, really?
Thing too tight. Couldn't get it out.
Ooh. Oh, no, don't say that my shit loose.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying she couldn't get it out.
Really?
They had to chop her open, yeah.
Oh, God.
I know.
But that shit is tight, though. You'll see, probably.
Probably. Not if this fucking Hoover dude is going to kill me afterwards. I want to live a prosperous life. I still don't even know who it is.
Nobody's going to kill you.
Okay, good.
For sure.
How many months in are you?
5.5.
Solid.
I'm 22 weeks. So what's up?
But you could just bounce back from a pregnancy. Like you have the baby, things are back to normal in a couple of days.
I'm talking about a couple of days.
Really? Wow.
You know how it go.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
For my wife, it was like when we talk about having another kid, for her, it's like, it's basically the equivalent of me having to take like a year and a half off from life.
Oh, hell no.
Which
you know,
to me, I'm like, I feel like you're over exaggerating. You got to
life.
just thug it out a little bit more. But
no, I'll get back to my weight. My stomach be gone.
really?
I just got to worry about bleeding for the 6 to 8 weeks. But I think after 6 weeks, I done made a baby.
Good. Yeah, you can't for like what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that.
And then look,
you're not supposed to.
everything be right back because I don't know what it is about mine, but they say that shit tight like teenage. And at the end of the day, it's just like, when you know how to.
Right. So you can choose the tightness of your own vagina.
That too.
Find your own adventure.
It's extra everything. These walls is hidden.
Choose your own adventure.
I mean, I didn't say it. They did. I wouldn't know.
For sure. We definitely got to do a song together.
I heard you rapping.
Big rapping. We made 2 classics last
What
night.
are you doing rapping now? I said, look at, and you really, did somebody write for you?
No. I'm proving that you could be a 40-year-old white man and start a rap career.
What, Adam?
And I'm putting all the homies on.
I
You should have
see.
heard Flacco
Period.
last night. I got a banger. We made a banger.
Oh, yeah, I'll get on yours.
Let's do it, because we never even discussed having a female presence on any of our songs.
Exactly.
But I feel
Singing
like you
and-
doing it, crazy.
Mhm.
I don't even know how to rap with a girl, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I've never made a song with a hook, really. So that's going to
That'd be dope.
a whole new world.
Because you really was getting off on Big Sad shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that already feels like whatever happens from there is going to be a lot more fully formed. That felt like that was dope. But now I feel like I've kind of found my style a little bit more now.
Right. Already, okay. So you're a fast learner.
You got to come to the session.
I will.
For sure. Okay. Last question. How's your life changed since you went viral with this whole soft white underbelly thing? It feels like this is kind of
I'm so glad.
That's the energy you've been looking for years now.
Thank you. And I'm glad that you said that because shout out Julian Chung. You know Julian.
Shout out Julian. God. Good man. Yeah.
Julian is
I saw you out to eat with him the other day.
Yes. And what God has done, here I go back to manifesting. I had to regroup everything.
Yeah.
All of the things that has been going on, I had to evaluate myself, a self-inventory. And I'm like, okay, what is it that I need to do? For real. I'm always giving off, if people know me, I'm giving out gems. I'm giving motivational talks. I have a few channels to where I'm always encouraging others, but then I'm looking at my life like you've accomplished a lot, but you need to put the pieces of your puzzle together for real.
Mm-hmm.
While I have this viral moment that people try to put me out there as a bad person,
mm-hmm.
I want to show who I really am. This is not cliche oh, I want to really, no, literally I have a lot to me. I want to work with you. I want to, I'm working on a book right now. The book will be out. It's going to be it'll be out real soon, probably a month or two.
Really?
Yeah.
You've just been doing it all yourself?
Yes. Well, with the help of Julian.
Oh, nice.
So that's why I'm shout out Julian Chung, because when I met him, he put everything together for me in 2 nights. And he's like, I could tell you want this and you're really cool about it because you probably got f***ed over so many times, but this is your time because a lot of people know you. You have he called me the Forrest Gump of hip hop. I don't know what that means. The Forrest Gump? Running or?
He's not calling you retarded. He's saying that Forrest Gump in the movie lives many, many lives.
Exactly.
He does all these different things.
Exactly. So I live many lives. And it's for me to always get put in the crazy, for people to only know me for Snoopy Badass and Crip Mac is crazy. But it's also good because there are people who shifted the culture. And I've shifted the culture too, but we just don't know.
Right.
Until you know. That's what the book is for, the different stories. You get to see me more. So the book, a film that goes along with the book to turn the book into life. I may have somebody playing me. I don't know. I just want to, remember I said I liked it. I liked to do movies, The Rapper Wife. And this, I have ideas, I love this new wave. So I want things to be media, digital, bringing things to life and then showing people who I am, bring out the fun side of me. So that's what I'm working on. I just want to be iconic. I'm already to me, the girl next door in the hood, but I'm also a sex symbol. Right. But I'm grown. I could be a sex symbol.
You never thought about going on baddies or anything? You feel like you would be a natural Zeus edition.
I don't want that for me.
Yeah, I'm not saying you should.
No,
I'm just
I
saying
don't
I
want
feel
that
like
for
they
me
would be
because
happy to have you.
They don't focus too much. I feel like, I'm not saying I'm bigger than that, but that's just not my vibe. That's not my direction that...
I feel like baddies is women's wrestling.
It is.
It's
if you have a lot of anger.
But for black women.
It's if you have a lot of anger and you just want to show who you are and pop your talk. But I feel like I done popped my talk enough. It's self-explanatory who I am, so I don't have to prove anything. That's what that's about on baddies. Proving yourself. Not like it's a bad thing, but they trying to solidify who they are, and they do just that. I've done just that, but you guys are just... now finding out. It's old to me and new to y'all.
I like it.
But we gonna make it make sense.
Definitely. We gotta do some shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay in touch. I'm gonna get your number. We're gonna make things happen. We're gonna go out. We're gonna be out in this world.
Period.
I like it.
I love it.
I love the pregnant energy too, by the way.
Yeah?
Pregnant energy is just great for
yes.
the feel of the room.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you.
It was great. I'm glad we finally did this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll link to your Instagram if anybody wants to get in touch down below.
And my OnlyFans has been going up lately
Really?
ever since the soft white underbelly. So,
wow.
You
got any Crip Mac footage on there?
No, but, I got...
we can work on that.
Some big energy on there.
Really?
But yeah. Go on there.
BDE is
Follow
good.
me. BDE.
That way.
Are you going to put my stuff? I love Tanea _
There you go.
And
Laura, put it in the description.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. And just hit me up on OnlyFans and Let's go. I'm outside.
Tanea, no John Bray, coolest podcast in the world. Like, comment, subscribe. Bow, bow, bow.